just thought he could escape by going live, but he can't.
I'm gonna make a Sting / cover band called Stab, and I think that covers them both.
Oh my god. Welcome, everybody, young and old, to Zeitgeist. KrakenQuest, Gears of Revolution, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. I am, once again, your Dungeon Master, Redbeard, coming at you live tonight on this blustery December evening. With me, as always, is Sam playing Jack.
I'm now going to spend the whole night trying to think of mashup titles between Police and Guns N' Roses song.
Just before we went live, I confessed. Just before we went live, I confessed that I occasionally get Sting and Slash mixed up, the respective band members. With me also is Catherine playing Mina.
And I don't judge you for it, but it is funny.
Splash. We have James playing Elfari. Elfari?
Yar!
Elfari.
I don't know why I said Elfari.
Oh
wait, is that the other thing?
If Ifari is the humans, like every humanoid race in
Barrel.
In Barrel,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Or Baril.
It's Barrel.
Yeah, I know. Yar, I be a traitor.
Traitor.
I knew
He's
it.
gonna
I
stab
shoot
us
the
all in the
bird.
back.
I shoot the bird.
You gotta bolt the bird. Always bolt the bird.
Wait, the bird's the only one of us that can cast lightning bolt. Fuck!
Actually, I can't. It's only called lightning.
Oh.
Well, that's still
Ha!
that's still close enough. Anyway,
Level 2, I can bolt the bird.
we also have Carter playing Zeodor, and I Dream of Azeroth in the chat wanted to point out hello to the new dad.
Hey, that's
Yay.
me. Also, welcome to Walking on the Moon. Is that anything?
That is a song by the Police.
Yeah.
That works.
Oh, welcome to. I see. You put.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the
walk
jungle
on
and walking on.
Yeah.
We're just.
All right, now
Welcome
now
to
we
the
just
jungle.
need
Walking on the moon.
welcome to the moon. Yeah, is better.
Yeah.
All right, what we need is someone who can do remixes.
I'll get DJ Cumberbund on it.
DJ Cumberbund.
He's
Yeah.
the guy that does pretty good mashups.
All right.
My favorite
Like
was...
the devil walked down to Georgia.
Yep, that one's pretty great. Not gonna lie. Look it up.
All right. You heard it here
Doing this
first.
for later.
Um.
I like
And-
matchup. I'm excited about that new harmonics game.
Oh yeah, that one looks fun.
Fuser.
Last time on Zeitgeist, our players boarded a train.
Choo
Woo.
choo.
Trains are great. Who doesn't love trains? Literally nobody.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
I
sure.
Anybody
love
who doesn't like
trains.
trains is some kind of weird douchebag.
Choo-choo. I love this giant metal
Uh-huh.
death
Oh,
train.
wait, that's right. I don't love anything. This is a waste of my time. Yes.
I would like to sell you something.
Well, that's
you
right.
should
I'm up
you
for
should
it.
already be buying it. You're wasting all of our time.
And have
That's
adopted
right. I'm
alternate
up
personas.
for it.
Yes.
This persona likes guns.
This person.
And
I'm not
that's
sure
not
why.
gonna go wrong anywhere.
I'm not sure why, but that had real big. This little piggy went to market energy for me. I'm just like, this little persona likes guns. And this little persona cried wee all the way home.
You might just still be in father mode.
I mean, maybe, but Kai's not even old enough for that yet, so I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, we don't want to be teaching kids about roast beef when they're too young.
It's a dangerous game, kid.
Well, he doesn't know what words are yet, so let's work on that first.
Oh, so you don't like sing or do little rhymes or anything?
So I do. I sing his favorite song to him, but also his favorite song, and I swear to God I'm not making this up, is the big band jazz cover of Lonely Rolling Star from Katamari.
Is that just like an exposure thing where he's just heard it so often that he likes it now?
No, it came up on my YouTube recommended, so I played it because I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. And he like immediately liked it, and then the next time he got fussy, I played it for him because I'm like, well, you liked this last time, and like 4 notes in, calmed right down.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm not going to complain. Most kids have a favorite song, and if it's going to be a song that I like, great.
You don't have to know why it works, you just have to know that it works.
Damn it, I left my water upstairs.
Oh, no.
I'll get it later.
Go get your water. We'll entertain the audience.
I mean, I also left my water upstairs.
Yeah, let's all
I
go.
am upstairs.
Let's all go over our cover identities while Redbeard goes to get his
that'll be
water.
fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Because
It'll be good to
we
remind
need to
us,
get back
actually.
into character. It's been a couple weeks. Sorry,
And
we need to get back into characters in character.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I know exactly who I am.
I forgot my water too.
I'm the guy pretending to be the other guy. I know exactly who I am.
Yeah.
Jack has disguised himself as Maxwell Dresden, gentleman archaeologist.
I'm Parrot Pete, peddler of private peddler of premium products, merchant extraordinaire.
And I am Alexander Merrick. I am
Scared kitten.
I am an arms specialist working with the fuck, I forgot their name again. I didn't get out my notes because I'm a lazy asshole. What's the foundry? Zebediah?
Jebediah.
Zebediah.
You're right,
Zebediah
Zebediah.
Foundry. Very
Jebediah is
different.
your dad. Zebediah is the bad guys.
Jeremiah is my dad.
Oh, man, this is hard.
Jebediah is no one. We don't talk about
Oh.
Jebediah.
Jeremiah is my father. My name is Jeremina, because they thought they were having a boy and had to change last minute.
Okay, so you were going to be Jeremiah.
Yeah, I was going to be Jeremiah Jr.
Do you guys know that George Foreman has 5 sons, all named George Foreman?
Yeah.
I did not.
I think it's George.
Because George Foreman is mentally unstable and needs a hug.
I found my brief notes here. Because I lost my notebook, so I have this sheet of paper. That's it.
Excellent.
James, where do you take your notebooks?
No.
Eats them! We explained
Man, I
this!
should have taken bets on whether they'd actually stay in character while I was gone.
Hey, we all said our characters' names, our characters in character names, and like what we were. No, since last session, I still have not found it. So this is the same sheet of paper as from last time. That's it. I have 1 page for all my notes. So don't give me too much information.
Exactly half of this notebook is the notes I have for this game thus far.
I have
about right.
4 lines. No, 6 lines. I can count.
I am a disorganized wild man, so my notes are actually spread across these 3 sketchbooks.
I had a nice Google document where I was taking notes, and then I got lazy and stopped taking notes because I was like, yeah, Catherine's taking notes, and I'm going to be honest with you, playing a super smart detective is a lot harder when you don't take notes.
Alright.
And see, I am a stupid character who doesn't like taking notes. And also, Ilferi doesn't like taking notes.
Yeah, that's why he hired a tree to do it for him.
Not hired.
Hired is
grew
a
a tree.
generous term.
I think
I
he
raised
pays
a
him.
tree to do it.
What is my purpose? You
Apparently,
take note.
I was looking online randomly today, and people were saying that they used their artificer ability to like replicate the Pot of Awakening and just like make an army of trees.
Yeah, I
No.
noticed that. I
No,
noticed that
thank
you
you.
could do that, but I did not. That is not one of my infusions.
I am probably not even going to cast Awaken more than like once.
I mean, also, what are we going to do with an army of awakened shrubs?
Well,
What aren't we going to do?
you have a boat that needs to be crewed.
I said wave after wave of my own shrubs at them.
All right. So you guys.
And then I send my shrubs into wave after wave on the boat.
Just chuck them into the ocean when you're done.
Wave.
They're disposable.
All right.
I meant as sailors, but okay.
Got it. We sell them. We sell them as disposable crew.
Yeah. They don't have souls, they're plants.
All right.
The druid will not have
Okay.
any
We're getting
problem
back
with
on to the train tracks. Remember, you guys are on a
Choo
train.
choo.
I don't
Ugh.
Yep.
We're up on the train.
I'm glad
I
to
love
see that you
trains.
have. I'm glad to see that you have embraced the pun there.
Yeah,
I
was
mean,
also
I've just got to
hoping
lean into it on this adventure. Like, yes, you're on rails. Ha ha ha.
You guys ready to choose your own path in this adventure? That one didn't work as well, but I went for it, you know?
No, there's something there though. I like the idea. Good attempt.
All right.
Good answer. Good answer.
So you guys have departed from the city of
Beaumont.
and have departed. You left at around 7:30 in the morning, I believe.
Yes.
We're headed for Cherage
Oh,
or Cherage. I don't know.
You last time you met a rowdy family of half-orcs and a stoic woman with blonde hair who are your fellow passengers in the whatever they call it.
Train?
Woman is a great descriptor and all, but I think you left out the most important part, that her arm had been chopped off and then sewn back on.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's all.
in my notes it says woman with severed arm, and then it's just labeled with a drawing of a fish and FF0000. I don't know.
I think you're hoping for an F-Zero sequel that we're not getting.
I thought that
No,
was
I
a
think he's
color
looking
code.
for Final Fantasy 000.
It is a color code. It's the color code for red because she's a red herring. I'm calling it now.
Oh, okay.
It's clearly the half-orc children. I'm already throwing them off the train.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
I'm endeared to those children already. Maybe not
Of course you
Ilferi, I'm not sure, but I think
Uh,
they're adorable.
Alexander
and
thinks they're brats.
They wholesome good boy.
The security officer also asked if anyone wanted to participate in the safari once you get to the Malice
Dial it
Lands.
back. She asked if the guys wanted to, and then went, "Oh right, maybe some of the ladies too." Let's not forget.
You can't hold a gun. Your boobs would get in the way.
Uh-huh.
I don't
No,
remember
she
if I...
uses them as a stabilizer. Haven't you seen the documentary High School of the Dead?
I don't know if
Yes,
I got
I did, and it was honestly
count
quite enjoyable.
of who all would be participating.
You got a feigned enthusiastic
100
yes from
100 gold.
Ilferi.
Yes.
I believe it was everyone but Zeodor.
Okay,
And I already deducted the gold for it.
cool.
Excuse me, everyone except for Alexander Merrick, who declared it to be a waste of ammunition.
And then, is there one other thing?
Pirate Pete probably, or I said Pirate Pete. That's not right. Parrot Pete. Probably was like, no, I'll pay your way.
It
one
would
other
still be
thing,
a
I
waste
guess.
of ammunition.
If anyone in particular is paying attention to Bree as the train starts to depart, you can give me an insight check.
Bree was the one-armed,
Nina
or the
absolutely
cranking-armed
is.
chick, right?
Sure.
Yes.
Yes.
That was the
What
one
was,
name
what
I
was the
didn't
check?
get.
Perception?
Insight.
Insight.
22.
I should pull up my character sheet.
16.
Hang on.
1 sec. 17.
Hang on.
Roll well. We can all do well on this.
Why are you grabbing my fat?
I wasn't. I was noticing how much this has gotten toned up. And then I was trying to tickle you.
Guys, save it for the bedroom.
Lou.
They're in a bedroom.
We sleep on opposite ends of the room. You know this.
We're
In 2 separate beds
we're
with
like
a...
sitcom parents from like the 70s. Different beds. There's a nice, table in between them, so you can't push them together.
All we do in bed is read.
Yeah.
No violating the Hays Code in this household.
21.
Yes!
James, what was your check?
22.
Oh, okay.
We all did well.
So, Bree, as like the train is ready to depart, she kind of is like glancing out the window as if expecting, as if somebody she was expecting to be here isn't there.
Hey, is everything all right?
Oh, I just was hopeful that someone I hadn't heard from in a while might be joining on this journey, but I suppose not.
They might be somewhere else on the train. Want to come with me and take a look around? I'd like to see the rest of the train too.
No, might be worth a shot. She'll get up and go with you.
So tell me about this person. What do they look like? How'd you meet? Well, I guess you don't have to tell me that, but what do they look like at the very least?
Oh, I'll know them if I see them.
Quick mechanical question. Would you say that it would be reasonable if I'm not being directly observed by someone for me to just take notes subtly in a way that would not draw attention with like a DC 10 sleight of hand?
I mean, the DC might shift depending on circumstances, but generally...
What circumstance would shift it other than someone observing me?
That. I mean, if
So
you're
I'm
in a
not
crowded car and there's lots of other people to distract, then it would be easier. But if you're the only two in the room, then
then that would be somebody directly observing me, right?
Yeah, sure.
So if no one is directly observing me,
Sure.
was the question. Okay.
I mean,
cool.
I don't typically divulge my DCs, I guess, but
okay, but there's the reason why I'm asking is I have a +9 to sleight of hand, so can I just be subtly taking notes?
Sure.
In general, and then only roll it if somebody's actually like trying to see me, just so I'm not having to constantly roll a die.
That seems generally fair.
Cool.
Besides, don't you have lots of ledgers to go through anyways?
Yeah.
And you're basically taking
book
10
keeper.
on... Yeah, like, I don't think it would be out of place for you to be, like, writing in a notebook. Or even something more discreet than that. But, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if I can just take 10, then I have a 19 to it all the time.
Right.
So it just occurred to me that we're technically in enemy territory, or at least not in,
We're not in allied
not
territory.
in allied territory. I'm gonna go back to our room and search it for any kind of bugs or holes in the wall or anything
Okay.
suspicious.
Okay. And give me an investigation check.
Cool. Hope I don't fuck this up.
Well, now you are going to, because you said it.
Cocked.
Do you have inspiration? You could give yourself advantage.
He does not. Stop rolling your dice into my dice.
Oh, that was better. 25.
All right. No, I mean, you don't notice anything. You kind of look through some of the places you would expect. I don't know if you've been on a train like this before or not, but you know, if this were a hotel room or something, you would kind of know the places to check for something like that.
Yep.
You don't see anything of note.
Okay.
No magical wards. You kind of include that in your search, since you are inclined to that sort of stuff.
Cool. Just something Jack wanted to do because he's paranoid.
All right. Well, you can have an inspiration for that.
Woo! Click.
So Ilferi and Bree wander up through the other train cars. They're kind of halfway packed with what seem to be just like daily commuters, businessmen.
She's the what race is she again?
Human.
Okay. I'm just keeping small notes on people.
For the most part, people have full access to anything from car 10 back. And the what do you call it? The what do they call 14 or 16? Second class. Some of the people in second class have like access to the first class lounge with like a special ticket. In fact, Bree is one of those. She like points out as she's going through car 16, like, oh, this is my seat here.
Oh, good to know. So what brings? I'm trying to make some small talk, like while we're walking. What brings you on the train, anyways? Just a leisurely trip, or going somewhere in particular?
Oh, well, like I said, I was hoping to meet a friend on here, but I suppose I'll just enjoy the journey as it is, despite the weather does seem a bit chilly for this time of year, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm freezing, honestly. This is the first time I've been outside of, like, Resur and, you know, my homeland, so not really used to the cold, as it turns out. Little shocked.
I would imagine. I've lived in Danor most of my life, so I'm fairly used to it, but
honestly, I'm kind of surprised my partner. I'll just call him partner. Kind of surprised my partner didn't warn me, but you know, he does have a dour sense of humor.
She kind of nods amiably. So the train makes way. Stops maybe about once every hour at small cities. Waits about 10 minutes for people to get on or off. No one else boards in first class. Ranks of second and coach gradually shuffle around throughout the day. At around or at precisely 11:17 a.m. The train stops at the agricultural hub city of Keske. Outside, any of you who look out, you'll see quite a few people gathered on the landing. No, most of them are fairly mundane businessmen, that sort of thing, but there's a few that stand out to you. The first is a lady who boards in first class. She's a larger lady with flowing silken gown and a very constant expression of disdain on her jowls.
By large, do you mean of frame or fat?
Somewhere in between.
Okay.
And one of the main things that makes her stand out, though, is that her she escorts a figure wrapped from head to toe in black fabrics, such that it's impossible to tell anything about them. And there is a where is what? No, maybe that's not true. Anyway, so the two of them board. Their baggage is taken to the suite in. You guys were in 17, right?
Yes.
So yeah, her stuff is taken to one of the suites in car 18. And then they head straight for the first class lounge.
Is there more than 2 suites on that train? I mean,
There-
on that car?
There are 2 suites per 2 cars, so there are 4
Right.
total first class suites.
Oh, this is 17 and 18.
Yes.
Got it.
Layouts.
So in 17 is us and the Orc family. She's in 18. Got
Yeah.
it. Understand.
Yep, precisely. She makes her way into the first class lounge, and anyone who is still present there hears her call out for food for herself. When it's brought, she starts eating and doesn't offer any to her companion.
You said the companion is like wrapped completely in black cloth?
Yes. Not wrapped like a mummy, but like draped.
Oh, okay. Face covered and all that, though.
Yep.
This is something I should have written down. I vaguely remember my Skyseer vision from the morning trying to warn me about disease, which is why I've already cast Detect Poison and Disease once, and I get a small suspicion that maybe this lady or person, I don't know, has leprosy or something, which would be scary. But how would a disease ravage an entire train in a week? This is a week travel, right?
Yes.
Or- I'm gonna step to like. Are we allowed to go out on this area right here?
Did you come back?
Oh,
I mean, presumably it's
I-
a couple hours later.
Oh, okay. Right, because it was at the second stop.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's... Yeah, I think that's just like a little thoroughfare between the cars. Or
Is that
that's
between
off
the
the
cars?
back. That's yeah, that's just like the back like platform.
Yeah, but I'm assuming it's outside, like there'd be
Yes.
like lots of rushing wind and stuff.
Yes.
I would like to go out there and cast detect poison and disease discreetly. I'm hoping that being out there will make it so no one can like hear me casting a spell.
Okay. There are signs saying like do not open on the door, but
Oh, there is. Okay.
But there's nobody here to stop you right now if you want to just do it.
That sign won't stop me because I can't read.
I'm not even 19. Yeah, but there's 2 people that would see me, right?
I mean,
If I were to open it.
there's the other passengers, maybe the piano player, the cook.
Oh, yeah, way more.
Bro,
than
you're
just 2
Parrot
people.
Pete. Fuck the rules.
Yeah, but that's still fairy more than Parrot Pete. Parrot Pete doesn't want to draw attention to himself doing bad stuff so soon. I think I just want to try and discreetly cast a spell if that's all right.
Okay.
I think that was a stealth check last time.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I mean, you could also have one of us create a distraction.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like you have a team or something.
Yeah, I forget sometimes.
Yeah, I'm not sure
Yeah,
where Jack is at this
maps.
point. Zeodor has been in the dining car this whole time.
Yeah, and we're you and I are sticking close to each other anyways, so
Yeah.
it's not weird if I talk to you. I want to do a quick check, but it might draw attention for a little bit of time. If you can help me out with that.
I can think of something.
Okay.
Oh,
So I'm gonna wait for a distraction. So I'll wait for his distraction, and then while that's going on, I'll cast that spell because it only takes an action. So.
Hey, everybody, look over here.
Pete, wait over here. I need to order a coffee. Well, actually, let me make sure I'm reading it correct. This looks like a bar to me. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes.
Excellent. I go up to the bar and order a coffee.
All right.
When it arrives, I'm going to take a sip from it, and then there's going to be something wrong with it, but I just realized Carter doesn't know coffee. Like, I don't drink coffee at all, and I was like, there's something wrong with the coffee. What would be wrong with coffee? Taste burnt?
Yeah, it could taste
That's
burnt.
the thing? All right, sweet. Okay.
I'm not a
I'm
coffee
going
drinker
to...
either, but
Yes,
Well, you-
it can burn the beans, and then it's absolutely gross.
Yeah, because the beans get roasted before you brew the coffee,
But
so
they can,
it could get
they
burned.
can also use water that's too hot and basically scald the beans.
Mm.
Oh, that makes sense. Like with tea.
Yeah,
yeah, just pretend like it's tea.
it is basically just like hyper tea.
This is boiled leaf juice. Okay, so when the coffee arrives, take one sip. I'm going to stand up and loudly insist that it's burnt and demand that the barista make me a fresh cup and do it properly this time.
The cook is very apologetic and immediately scurries away to brew a fresh cup. Or
Do you want some kind of charisma check for that, or is that good enough?
Let's see how distracting you are.
Okay. I guess though. Well, I mean, it would either be raw charisma or it'd be performance, which is the same for me either way.
Maybe a
Oh
deception.
yeah, I keep forgetting performance is for some reason I keep thinking that's one of the skills that cut the.
Because it used to be that you had to declare a type of performance,
Yeah,
and now it's just performance is just one general skill, so they vastly cut it down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Except you still have instrument proficiencies, so. Whoops.
I mean, it's a different way of doing it, right?
True.
Because this is your general ability to perform, and then if you're proficient with an instrument. Anyway, it's a 19.
All right. So everybody is paying attention to the very
Alexander.
angry elf man who's yelling at a hapless cook.
I didn't mean to make him into a bad guy so soon.
So soon, meaning it was coming.
He was the bad guy of our group. Like I'm
Yeah.
the nice bubbly guy, and he's like,
Sure.
waste of time.
I intentionally styled myself on villainy, like halfway between action movie villain and like kids movie villain.
So I'll make a stealth check. I'm guessing with advantage.
Sure.
Or okay.
Yeah, because you got assistance.
That is bad. 9.
Okay. Let's see if anyone bothers to notice.
I like our little train mini. I don't know if this is on. This is visible on stream, but we've got a little train mini map down here that I like.
Oh yeah, that's why I sound distracted.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm working on that. All right. Ilferi, you have discreetly cast your spell,
Okay.
and no one.
It
has
was just
reacted.
another detect poison and disease. So that 30-foot burst, I don't get it for 10 minutes. I just get an instantaneous like presence or absence of disease.
Mhm. You do not detect any disease within that range.
Okay. Any poisons?
Nope.
Okay.
Except for the cup of coffee that Zeodor's about to drink.
Ah!
No, just
Speaking of the map of the train, one is obviously the engine car. 2, I'm guessing, is like a coal hopper, or 3 through 9 like storage, cargo, that kind of thing. Or do we know?
Let me confer with my notes. It's certainly something that you could easily find out.
Well, I figured that if they were like storage, then when we arrived, we would have seen porters like moving crates into it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that would be very, like, we wouldn't need to ask about it. It would be very obvious.
here it
that
is.
that was cargo.
So yeah, locomotive, fuel car, freight cars.
Okay, yeah, freight cars.
Common cars, common food car, second class car, first class personal, and then first class lounge.
Perfect. Cool. I just wanted to make sure I was reading that
There are
correctly.
5 freight cars at each stop. Various pieces are loaded, unloaded.
There are 5 freight cars?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I'm counting 7.
From this car.
Maybe 2 of them are something else for the same shape.
Or it might be that the number changed at some point, and so the book says 5 and it's supposed to say 7. Or the map says 3 through 9 and it's supposed to say 3 through 7.
Or there's 3 through 7, but 2 of them are going to blow up soon.
James figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So as far as we can tell, there are 7 freight cars?
Yes.
Cool.
And I've just
I have no
numbered
reason to question that.
10 through 19 on this little mini map just to, if we need to track where people are or whatever.
Can you make us a secondary itty bitty token?
No.
Oh.
Make myself
okay. What was happening? Okay, so yeah, you cast your spell. Oh. Right, so boarding the train. Another person who boards that catches your eye is a very refined, flamboyant-looking tiefling man. He's dressed in a long leather coat with a bright red velvet vest underneath.
Where did he board?
A hat with a wide brim that his horns sprout through, and has two lovely high-class looking women draped around his shoulder, or are draped on his shoulders. His luggage is put in car 14. He makes for the common food car from there. And you can hear the tone of the car begins to have like a raucous sound within a few minutes of him entering.
I'll just kind of say to the car, "Ooh, what's that?"
People just kind of shrug here.
And where did he board from?
He boarded 13 or 14, and then you could hear the common food car in 13.
Right.
Is where
I meant like where we boarded.
Sorry. You're still in Cascais.
Okay.
It's
I guess I'll go see what's going on.
Keskay. You gotta head down there, Jack?
Yeah,
I'm going with him.
Alright. By the
Theodore is
time,
going to continue to observe the rich people.
by the time
here too.
you guys get there, he's bought a round or two of drinks for everyone in the car, which is about 24 people. He's flirting with women other than the ones that he came in with. You overhear from somebody that his name is
Rockets.
Oliver Boone.
Oh, I hate him.
Hold on, because from... damn it. I like him. Like, from your description, I'm like, this guy sounds like a lot of fun.
Also, at some point, Eleanor would have introduced herself just because she wants to make sure that everybody knows who she is and how important she is. And with her...
I somehow hate her less.
Is Isabel.
Oh, has a name. Okay.
And a fate. Well.
We don't know that.
So, sorry, Jack knows no Boone's name yet? Did he hear it? Or...
Yeah, you would have overheard Boone's name, like, while you're in this car, like, people are like, oh, it's good old Oliver Boone. Like,
okay. Jack will kind of dorkily approach the bar.
mm-hmm.
So,
You know how dorks do that.
Yeah, the opposite of how Jack would do it. So, Mr. Boone, what brings you on a train such as this?
Oh, just coming to see the sights. Always good to make my way across town, see who there is to see. Always some lovely ladies to pick up along the way. You know how it goes.
Sure, I do. So where are you from exactly?
Oh, I'm from all over, friend.
Fair enough.
Have you heard of my endeavors in the Malice Lands and whatnot?
I can't say I have. I am usually consumed by matters of the ancient world. I lose track of the present.
Ah, fellow explorer, I see.
Somewhat.
Oh my god!
Well,
it's
I'm
Elevator
sure my tales will spread to you before too long. Gives you a wink.
I'm sure.
I was hovering behind Jack. I step up and I'm like, the Malice Land. So will you be shooting at Malice beasts as we ride through?
Oh, sir, why didn't you tell me you were hiding such a lovely lady behind you yourself?
Because he's not hiding me.
Well, I'll assure you that I will be joining in the safari and plan to outpace any others who might be involved.
Do you think you can beat me?
Do you want to bet on it?
Absolutely.
A date then, if I win.
One thing we didn't count on blowing our cover, Mina's competitive streak.
Must win! Must win!
I thought you were going to say Mina's thirst.
No, we
counted
counted on that.
That's well documented.
All right, but what do I get if I win?
A date with me?
He just kind of chuckles and says, "Name your price."
I thought we were going cash on this, so, does he have anything fancy on him?
He has a pretty fancy looking gun.
How about that gun?
No can do, sweet cheeks, he says, patting it. Can't stand apart with this baby. It's what I'm famous for.
Oh, really? Where'd it come from? And if you tell me the moon, I will shoot you right now.
He laughs at that. Found it out while exploring in the Malice Lands.
How do you mean you found it? Was it on another adventure, or?
It was indeed, my good man, he says, throwing his arm around you.
Well, there must be a story behind that. Let's hear it.
He goes on about some way over the top tale about how he uncovered mysterious burnt out ruins deep in the Malice Lands, fought off thousands of beasts to get there, and thousands more to escape with the gun. Returned and explains how all the women were impressed by his flashy gun and adventures and bullshit like that.
All right, Mr. Boone, then 15 gold in your hat.
He nods, done and done, and then grabs a pair of drinks and hands you one.
Cheers.
And then he just kind of leans over and says, "And if you'll excuse me, I think I'm gonna head to the back where the better drinks are." And then turns to the crowd and just says, it's been lovely meeting you all. And they all kind of groan and boo as he leaves, and
Not a single swoon in sight? Wow. They just don't know quality company when they see it.
Jack, have you ever gone to the theater?
A little bit.
So, there's a kind of famous play, I cannot for the life of me remember the name, but there's a guy, and he thinks he's the best hunter in the world. He gets all the ladies to swoon over him. But he wants that one girl who he just can't have. But anyway, all I'm seeing right now is him lifting these women up on a fucking bench. I'm just getting major vibes of that character.
I thought you were talking about Artemis Grab Your Bow.
No, not that one.
No, Stongast.
Yes, thank you. You're not here, but that's what it was. Stongast.
I'm familiar with it.
Getting major.
By the way, my name is Maxwell, and I appreciate you remembered that.
I didn't use your name, did I?
You said Jack.
Oh,
Our
sorry.
cover is blown. The mission.
No! Mission over.
Has to
Fucked
die.
it up. We're done.
The train explodes. Thank you for joining us for KrakenQuest. Next week we will have a new. No, you said
Zeitgeist game live. Sorry, James. My Pathfinder game.
You said that Eleanor would go up and introduce herself.
Oh, she would somehow work it very not subtly into conversation. Oh yeah, I have tokens for that.
Business.
I thought it was me. Don't get it twisted. I'm better than you.
Yes, and who? And what is it exactly that you do?
Why, I'm a matchmaker, darling.
Really?
And what sort of lonely person could possibly make use of that sort of service?
Why, only the most fabulously wealthy all across the continent. I am rather steamed in my abilities to find the perfect match for any of my clients.
Parrot Pete is not discreetly, like, pointing at... I forgot your character, or your in-character name.
Alexander.
Like...
Him. He needs to get laid.
Seems to me a halfway decent madam could do just as well. And your traveling companion, I suppose, helps you in these endeavors? To aid the fabulously foolish?
This is a participant in a match that I've set up with a client further down the line.
Well, I suppose I wish you luck, he says, looking at Isabel. Then he looks at Eleanor. You'll certainly need it.
She just, like,
Foolish.
looks at you weird and, like, shrugs that off and then, like, turns to the piano player to, like, ramble on about.
There's shade in this car in the rainforest.
It's like, I'm not nailing it yet. I'm aiming for halfway between Alan Rickman and Mads Mikkelsen.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can.
I am so glad Mina is not in the car right now because she would have a hard time holding it together listening to him talk like that.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of it.
Oh, I know. She's gonna have to.
Quick in character, out of character. God, it's really confusing to have to explain the fact that I want to talk about our personas and not our characters. I need two different hats. Anyways, did Zeodor and Ilferi establish the kind of relationship that, other than like their professional relationship, that Parrot Pete and Alexander have with one another?
Oh, I didn't know you guys were like that.
Are we friends?
Oh my god, you could have been
Do
the
we
two
make
guys
fun
who've
of each
been
other a
forever.
lot? Or are we like strictly business and then don't talk to each other otherwise?
I mean, that's certainly something that we would have done, but I don't think that that we as players have actually talked about it.
Yeah, that was definitely part of your rehearsal.
Yeah.
session.
So what's the read that you've got on this? Where are you thinking?
I think I think Parrot Pete thinks that Alexander just has a dry sense of humor and gets along with him well. But I think Alexander actually does not like Parrot Pete.
Yeah, I'm into that. Alexander doesn't like anybody. That's his deal. He doesn't like anybody. He is all business. I want to make sure that nobody wants to talk to me for any reason.
And I think Alexander calls Parrot Pete by his actual name. Oh, like if you ever have to refer to me by name, you don't call me Parrot Pete. You call me Jaxel. Just like you think that name is bullshit and annoying. Why are you doing that?
Yeah, no, I'm into that. Okay, so yeah, I refer to you as Jaxel.
Okay, I think that's it. I wanted to know, like, if that was how you wanted to play it.
I'm into that, yeah. I hadn't thought about that line, but I like it.
Okay, cool. I'm back to present. That was rehearsal back in the past.
One quick thing about Mina on this trip. She will still be taking notes, but she is mixing it up, and the whole thing is going to be random words from both Dwarvish and Draconic. So hopefully if anyone gets their hands on it, they can't read it, or if they can, it'll take a long time to figure it out.
Good plan.
She actually speaks several languages.
Another...
Fairy's keeping it all up here. Oh, it's gone.
Another noticeable attendee on the train is a bleary-eyed, richly dressed dwarf who passes through the car 13 at some point while Jack and Mina are still in there. And not long after he passes through, you hear a brief commotion coming from further up the train.
Does that reach all the way back to us, or just to them?
Probably just to them.
You want to investigate that with me?
Well, this does seem to be a day of adventure and discovery, so why not?
Alright, we head forward. Was this also in Cascade?
Was also... Yes. You arrive to find that there's no sign of the dwarf man here, but people are gathering around a man who seems to have choked and died very suddenly, abruptly. He has like a bag of nuts like on his like tray table in front of where he was sitting.
We're on a train, it's murder.
Yep.
Who saw this coming?
Uh,
Oh, good Lord, what has happened?
people are like not sure what's happening. Like they're like, oh, what's going on? Did somebody kill him? Or no, he just choked. Like he just started coughing and then he fell over dead. Like nobody's really sure exactly what's going on.
Didn't check the poisoned peanuts.
What does the man look like?
He is human. He seems rather unassuming. He's wearing a business suit, dark hair.
All right. I turn and look at one of the people and I say, "What's wrong with you? Don't just stand there. Run and get the head of security." And I point in the direction. Was she still near the back
She probably.
when Jack and I left?
She's probably up near the front checking tickets of people who are getting on there right now.
Who is that?
Okay.
You're saying that to?
I pick up a person in the crowd and I
Milana?
give them a job and I send them forward.
It's like Milana or something.
Malia Bakarin
Malia. Yeah.
or Malia.
Malia, yeah.
The sexist.
Are you gonna look over the scene in the meantime?
Yeah,
Yes,
I would like
I
to
will.
investigate the body.
Yeah, I would as well.
I don't do well.
I got a 12.
I got a 5.
I'm going to use my inspiration
Okay.
because
That's
this seems important.
Much better.
24.
Great. So you kind of just briefly give it the man a once over. You find a hidden poison dagger, like in the sole of his boot, and in his pocket a portrait of the dwarf that you saw pass through here earlier.
As in his boot, do you mean it was hidden in his boot or it was stabbed through his boot?
Like hidden in the sole of his boot. And checking the bowl of food, it does not seem to be poisoned or anything nefarious there. It seems like this man has died of asphyxiation, choking upon a nut. And within a few moments, Malia arrives. Stand back,
take
everyone.
that
What's
slow?
going on? What's happening here?
No, that'd be too conspicuous. It would appear that this man has choked to death. No, I'll swipe the... Can I swipe the stuff before they got there?
If you'd like.
Yes, I would like.
All right.
Well,
She just seems like flabbergasted, like, choked. What are the odds of that?
rare, but apparently
Happens every
possible.
day.
I'll get some men to see to the body. See if I can figure out. She starts like reaching, like checking for a ticket to try to find, or to like find some sort of identification. It seems like we'll get this straightened up, and we're still gonna try to make our time schedule. Somebody go. Let's go get the conductor and let him know. Can everybody just stand back? We need to get this. We need to get this handled.
I distract the crowd. You know, the sound of a cat hacking up a lung. You know, I once heard a legend of an ancient chief of Bear who, after defeating all challengers, arose to become the leader of his people, only to choke upon his victory dinner and leave the realm in chaos. Isn't that fascinating? Let's move to the back.
Come along, story time.
Story in Oathbringer.
I don't know. I haven't read Oathbringer.
I
I'm Brandon Sanderson.
Apparently,
We are the same level of talent.
don't remember. There were a decent number of short stories.
There was
in
a story
Oathbringer.
about a king who like grew suspicious of his family and like poisoned them all at an elaborate dinner and then choked to death eating the dinner that he had prepared for them or whatever.
I
Anyway.
that
I don't
story.
remember that
So
one.
it definitely happened before the halfway point in the third book.
Which is about where I am.
So
Anyway.
where I tapped out.
Okay. Oh, and I guess for those of you who are in the first class car, a dwarf man walks in. Orders a
Dwarf
drink
man.
and has a seat at the bar.
Does Dwarf Man have a face?
He does have a face, and by virtue of this, you will learn his name by me showing you his face. Whether or not he's introduced himself.
Zaslovich.
Razorback Tantalovich.
Tantalovich.
And with that, the whistle to depart Kiske sounds within a few minutes after. You see the security staff bringing whatever this world equivalent of a body bag off of the train from the midsection of the cars. And
There's no reason for it not to be called a body bag, but I choose to call it a body burlap now.
sure.
I like to call it a corpsey wrap.
The corpsey wrap, new at Taco Bell.
For the record, we are unable to edit these sheets.
Oh,
We can close it and reopen it.
Oh, close it, reopen it? Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. It wasn't until revealing them that I enabled the.
Because I've been putting notes on it.
Yeah, I was gonna put a note on Oliver.
Are these notes shared? Like,
Yeah.
can y'all see the notes?
I saw
Cool.
Client of Eleanor. I saw,
Yeah, Oliver's the
Matchmaker.
only one I hadn't put any notes on. I was about to.
I gotcha.
Cool.
I know that's exactly what you were gonna put.
I was going to put boisterous adventurer, so yeah, basically.
Assassination.
Lady Killer
What
Explorer.
did we
Oh,
write?
and known for his gun.
Oh, yeah.
And by gun we mean penis.
I so desperately wanted to make some sort of stick up his ass gay joke with the matchmaker lady, but just like couldn't figure out the right way to word it. You know, find something more
Yeah,
enjoyable
no,
than stick up his
there's
ass.
a good joke somewhere. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay.
there's
Yeah.
a good joke there.
I'm gonna step away for a sec to get dinner, so I'll be back in just a
Cool.
few minutes. If that's alright with everyone.
Sure, let's
Yeah.
just
Nope.
go to break
Taking
or
that
whatever.
break.
Yeah, send us to break and we'll all.
Alright. Sounds good. We'll be back in a minute. And we're
But
back.
Aw,
Wow.
Before
I can see you
Sam
guys
can
back.
retort on that.
Aw.
Yay!
All right. So, we have some more players in place.
And a murder already.
I mean, murder is a strong word.
Death.
Yeah, looks like a murder to me.
Looks like a murder.
At the very least, an attempted murder that something went wrong. Or a planned murder, rather, not attempted.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there was certainly an assassin, and then somebody murdered the assassin. Probably the target of the assassin.
I don't know. Isabel is sus.
Will Among Us create a whole generation of people that don't trust each other? Find out tonight at 10.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you for
sure.
watching.
Yeah, I mean, that's like what our show ends, so. Alright, so. The train continues on its way. Again, stopping maybe every hour and a half or so at smaller towns. Few people get on and off at these stops, though. And in general, the crowd in the first class lounge stays about the same as it is.
Does the Verzbek, not that we know his name yet, does he seem like he's looking for people to talk to, or is he like keeping to himself body language?
He's not like antisocial with his body language. He's sitting at the bar and is like tossing dice on the bar top, and then he like scribbles in a little notebook.
Sure, that seems interesting. I'll like I'll sit in the seat next to him, just kind of look inquisitively like, what are you doing, without actually saying it, assuming that he'll like want to explain.
Once
sorry.
the body was removed, I made my way back to the first class car.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I did assume. So he kind of notices that you're watching, and kind of like doesn't stop what he's doing, but looks over at you. Any interest in it? Any interest? I can dwarf voice. Can I Russian dwarf voice? Let's find out. Any interest in dice, my friend?
Yeah,
Nailed it.
Russian dwarf. Yeah.
Well, I'm not uninterested.
Such a fascinating topic to me. The probability and odds of different games that can be played, the variety. It's very fascinating. Can really drive a man to delve deep into the number crunching and any interest in maths.
No, I have my friend over there that takes care of that sort of stuff. I'm
maybe you'll have to
the
talk with him
personality.
later. And what is it that you do?
I'm a trader of sorts. Or sorry. Ilfera doesn't start like this. I'm just trying to think of the right way to say it, because I don't play traders very often. Actually, would I talk about the deal that we're doing? Yeah, I facilitate business transactions between different countries, stuff like that. That's actually what I'm here doing now. Well, on my way, anyways.
Oh, fascinating. And what is your product?
Oh, it just depends. Right now, arms. Other times, well, honestly, this is my first big trade, but
Big trip.
Anything, really. Yeah, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous, but I'm pretty confident.
You seem
Parrot
to be,
Pete's name is gonna start somewhere.
You seem to have a very reassuring air about you, I'd say.
Oh yeah, honestly, that's what people like about me. Great personality, and then I got my friend over here doing numbers that, are also important. Sometimes.
There, we're back.
Very interesting. I like a good organized team. It's good to have a variety of expertise.
I think so too.
I mostly work on my own, but I do pretty well for myself.
And what is it that you do, other than record dice rolls?
Huh. Well, that's almost entirely what I do, I guess you could say. I like to see what there is to see across this great continent and see the various games that people play in different cities.
Do you, record the rules or something? Or where's the money?
The money is in the games. Have you never played games for money?
No, I assumed it wasn't the gambling part, but the recording part that you were talking about.
Oh, the gambling is where the real thrill comes in.
I can see that. Honestly, I like the additional notes there. I mean, I can definitely understand that. Even trading's kind of a gamble. Just a gamble on whether your personality is going to win someone over or not,
Exactly. That's the spirit. Less predictable sometimes, though, than even dice, I would think.
Once you get to know someone, or once you get to know a bunch of people, they'll fall into some predictable patterns at the very least.
I like how you think of people is how I think of my dice.
We'll definitely have to play a round or two at some point. Still very proficient in any games.
I'd love to teach you how to play. A few of my favorite games would work well in this environment. I'm sure we could all get involved. It's a good way to pass the time.
I would definitely be interested in something like that. Perhaps at one of our stopovers.
Indeed, there should be plenty of opportunity. How far are you riding?
We're riding to the end, right?
Line.
Yep. All the way to the end. We'll be here all week.
Perfect.
Thank you. We'll be here all week. Tip your waiters. All the way to Vindrice.
Anyone else have anyone they want to prod?
I kind of wanted to chat up Bree if she's available.
Yeah, sure. She's she mostly keeps to herself, staring out the window.
Yep.
Zeodor is just eavesdropping on other people's conversations while pretending to do math.
So...
Just like high school.
Do you mind if I sit?
No, please. Some gestures.
With which arm?
The right one.
But which one? No, okay.
I guess I'll hang around the room with the body and see if there's anything.
They took the body out.
Yeah.
But just in that car, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. It's. I mean, you don't have a seat there
No,
or anything.
Never
but...
mind. Yeah. No, I'll go back to the first classiness.
Is she wearing a shirt that shows off the scar on her arm?
Is she dressed as pictured?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Except for the not pictured as the sandwich board, but as I am the murderer.
My hand detaches to go kill.
So.
That would be sick.
So I'm sorry to be inconsiderate, but you're showing off that scar, and I am always impressed by scars. Can I ask you what happened?
Oh, just old war wound. Nothing too interesting.
Which war?
Fourth.
Ever? Wow.
Does she have multiple scars, or is it just the one where it looks like it's been reattached?
You only see the one.
Okay. Are you waiting for someone? You seem to be checking every time we make a stop.
Oh, she hasn't been actively looking since the first.
Yeah, but she was looking out the window when I got here, and she was looking
sure.
when we left.
Well, I just was expecting someone to be here who's not. I should just enjoy myself. I'm here, aren't I? And just should learn to enjoy the ride.
You are indeed first class too. I'm here all week. I'm Finona. You're always free to come hang out with me and my buddy, if you don't mind talking about archaeology, because he kind of gets stuck in a loop on it.
Give me an insight check.
Natural 20.
She, upon hearing your name, she, lights up, she recognizes for a second, and then, looks around, and then, just, moves on past it. Oh,
That's what I thought.
Yes,
That's
of course, of course. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Wait, what?
I assumed she was waiting for a dead man.
Yes.
I could still be wrong, but she seemed to recognize the name. Sorry, what did you say?
Pleasantries, nice to meet you.
Got it. It's lovely to meet you too. I'm in the...
Car 17.
Well, I was gonna say, I'm in the second suite in 17. If you need someone to hang out with.
She nods. Thank you. I'm sure we can catch a show or something once we get to the Enclave.
Absolutely, I love a show.
Alright. Alright. So, at 5:38 p.m. Or actually, I guess it would be 5:23 p.m. 15 minutes outside of Cherage, the train guard Malia asks everybody to please return to their seats, keeping an eye on their personal effects. The enclaves are always busy, she says. It's easy for thieves to hop on board in the commotion and nick unattended valuables. The majestic city of Cherage. Cherage? I don't know how to speak French.
Cherage is what I would think, but fuck, I don't know French either.
Cherage seems good. The majestic capital city of Cherage looms on the hills around the train station, casting deep purple shadows in the light of the setting sun. Already, lights are beginning to turn the city into a shining wonder of wealth and prosperity. The hills shield the city proper from the smoke of its inland industries, but you can still smell soot on the wind. The conductor and various security staff have repeatedly reminded you of Cherage's curfew of visitors, often pointing out tall buildings that show the scars of old fires. Because of the workers' riots a generation ago that nearly burnt the city to the ground, now only those few citizens with proper passes are allowed to travel between city districts after sunset. You're welcome to enjoy the fine dining and entertainments of the rail enclave. And thus, you arrive at the enclave.
Let's see. I need to pull up a map. There it is. Sure.
To the world map. See where we are.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We're about halfway through Danor.
Yep. This is the capital city here. I don't know. Mina, you might have been here before. If you'd ever gone into the big city.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's unlikely anyone else would have come through here at any point.
When is our safari with the guns?
Well,
After
it was
leaving.
Orthia.
Oh no, it's actually leaving here. Actually,
Oh, okay.
before arriving.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Oh, before we arrive in Orthia.
because it
Well,
would.
there'll be two sessions actually.
Oh, okay.
Oh, one before we hit Orthia and one after we leave, because that would be when we're in the Malice Lands.
Correct.
Because we're still in the anti-magic
We're
zone
gonna be on
right
this
now.
plane for like a year.
Oh, so the Malice Lands are not anti-magic?
No, they're wild magic.
chaotic
Wild
magic.
magic. They're extra
Okay. I was getting them, well, not backwards. I thought Danor was like a pocket of not anti-magic. And
No.
then- but right.
Danor
Like,
is
we've
the.
That's the whole reason why my spells have only lasted
Yep.
a round.
Yep.
It just didn't click.
Yeah, it's the pocket of no magic, and then around it is the wild magic.
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, probably need to be more careful about casting my spells there than I do here.
Yeah, probably. It would be a lot harder to do it subtly.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I cast detect poison and disease, and then the train explodes.
It's like you turn everyone into
I
trees.
cast detect poison. I poisoned everyone.
I think it's
But
like
hey, they didn't notice.
You turn their blood into bees.
Hey, they're too dead to notice.
There's always a
And you turn your feathers into angry snakes.
Oh,
They're very
well,
small, but also very angry.
I'm a
Well,
living god.
Fine, I'm a druid. I'm great with animals.
Are you?
Yeah.
Can you calm thousands of angry snakes?
Yeah.
I mean,
I got 'em.
slowly, like one at a time.
I got animal handling. Okay. Anyways, so what is there to do in Cherage?
Well, the porters come and offer to take your luggage to a nice upscale hotel.
Okay. Definitely approve of that.
Okay.
Get off the.
Oh, I didn't think we were getting off the train.
Oh yeah, several times.
Yeah, it's a whole tour of these cities, not just
Okay.
It's
Not just
like
the train.
the stupid freaking cruises you talk about. Why take a cruise if you're gonna get off the boat? I don't understand.
Why would
To see the places
why
that
would-
you're
Yeah,
cruising
it's
to.
like, why would you take a cruise if you're not gonna?
I
The
don't
point of a-
understand why you're stopping, is what I'm saying. I don't understand why you're, like, I want to see the ocean.
It'd be
I
hard
wanna be
to
on water.
get off if it doesn't stop.
No, I don't understand. No, I do understand. But, like, to me, in my brain as a kid, for some reason, it was like voyage. You go out, you stop maybe one place, and then you come back.
Oh.
But
That's what
not,
transatlantic voyages are for.
Yes. That's what Small Me thought.
Yeah,
and
but
I'm
no,
like,
most
why
cruise
would you
ships
stop,
stop,
like,
like,
7
watching the
times?
Titanic.
Every day of the cruise, yeah.
Why would you get off the boat every single day? What's the point of being on a boat?
Because the boat is a hotel that goes to where you're going.
Yeah, but the hotel has tons of fun stuff to do. And when we get off the boat, I have to hang out with my family.
I'll
So
tell
we
you that
actually
was
are-
wild when we went to St. Martin for a week, which is very much a cruise ship destination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow, this is like really cool and lively until like 5 o'clock when all the cruise ships come in and take everyone away, and then it's just dead. All the
Yeah.
restaurants
It's a
close,
ghost town.
and it's
Yeah.
just a ghost town, literally.
Oh yeah.
We
I mean-
found this one Indian restaurant that we ate at 3 times in 1 week because it was like the only place open.
Nice.
Yeah, places that are open seasonally are also wild like that. Like when Darby and I went on our honeymoon, we went late in the year, and we were in the Mediterranean. I mean, which is realistically why we could afford to do it. But, you know, turns out the Grecian islands close.
Yep.
Like, they just close.
They ran out of money.
Most of the people who live on those islands do not live there year-round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are not going to be sleeping on the train, like, ever,
Not
right?
unless you want to.
Okay, so the beds that we have are for, like, oh, I'm weary from the traveling. I will take a rest.
Pretty
Like
Or-
that sort of thing.
Or if we want to sleep on the train.
Yeah.
But yeah,
We have the
you will-
option because we paid money.
Yeah. You will be staying, or you will be arriving in an enclave each night.
Actually, I want a way for me to take our group aside without it being weird.
Just meet us in the room when we're
Oh
all
yeah,
getting
I guess we have
ready.
time to talk about it in the room.
Yeah.
And when we're or before we arrive there, we know that we're gonna have the option to stay in a hotel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about it.
And
So-
I will say you even got like a pamphlet with like here a little map of the enclave, and like these are all the cheap bars over here, and this is the one fancy one, and here's your hotel, and these are the theaters. This is the theater district over here.
Do we want to leave someone on the train?
I'll stay.
I could probably sneak onto the train late at night.
Well, if we were gonna keep someone on the train, it would need to be 2 people since we're traveling together.
We wouldn't need to sneak
have
on
to.
and off the train though, right? Like we can just get on and off the train, right? That's a
True,
question
but
for
if we
Chris.
want someone to expect us to be in one place, like if I said I'm going to be staying in a hotel, but I want to inspect the train, I don't want to just go to the train and be like, oh, I changed my mind. Like, that would draw suspicion.
Yeah,
I see
like
what you mean.
logistically, it's probably fine, but it could, like,
It could be
Same,
helpful,
same.
yeah.
Could raise an eyebrow.
Cool. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same.
Because I can turn into, like, you know, rat or a spider or something.
Or a ferret.
Climb onto
do
the
a ferret
train.
dance. No, a weasel.
half
Do a
rat,
weasel dance.
half spider.
Ooh,
A rider.
Cock a mouse.
it's spat.
A spat.
Right.
I'm the Spat Rider!
I ride the spat.
Yeah, so I can discreetly get on the train, if we have any suspicions that or actually, do we have anything that we want to investigate right now? I don't really know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that this dwarven fellow killed someone, but I don't know that that's really a pressing matter.
Really?
Who
Yeah.
did he kill?
The guy that choked on a peanut at the start of the thing in Cascade.
A guy choked on a peanut?
I mean, he choked on a nut. He was asphyxiated and died. So whether he choked on the nut or not doesn't really matter. But Jack, show him what you found.
You had poison dagger and a picture of our
Poison
dwarf
dart.
friend. That was a dagger.
Dagger.
Sorry. Poison dagger. I don't hear shit well.
And a picture of your dwarf friend.
Ugh.
A gambling man.
Killing
Takes-
someone in broad daylight sure is a gamble.
Or perhaps he is exceptionally lucky. Or perhaps he wants to seem that way.
No one's that lucky. I don't care who you are.
He may want to seem that way. I have a feeling that his luck may not be entirely genuine. But it's just a suspicion.
Do we need someone to stay on the train? Because I really don't mind.
I don't know.
Real quick, which cities... There were some cities that we set up to have people in.
Yes.
Which cities were those?
You have docks and ports set up in Orathea. You have teleportation options in Sid Minas, Trekholm, and Vendrise. You have some friendly passengers in the first class coach. Sorry, in the coach section. And then you have a security guard who's working for you.
Okay. Before we continue, keep talking. I'm going to go outside the car and make sure no one can hear. So, speak normally, and then in 1 minute, speak loudly.
Okay, speak loudly like us or like...
Yes, I understand.
Alright, I go outside the car, and I see if I can hear their conversation.
Okay.
Or not outside the car, outside the room. I mean, stay outside the room.
Yeah. Are you like trying to listen? Like, do you want to make a check, or are you just like passive?
I would like to make a check.
Okay.
I would like to try to listen here.
Okay.
I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be subtle about it in case anyone walks in, because. But I.
I was just checking.
I guess it'd be perception.
Yeah. I was just checking my phone. You're what?
My phone for fortune telling.
I was checking my mini bones. This isn't my accent. Oh god. That's a 22 perception check.
You can hear like murmurs, but can't really make out words.
And
Unless
after
you,
1
like,
minute, when they
if
increase
you, like,
in volume,
if you like put your ear on the door, then you can hear somewhat.
okay. And after 1 minute, when they get louder, does that change?
You can hear pretty clearly with your ear close, but it's still muffled when you're not like your ear is on the door. So there seems to be some amounts of soundproofing.
Good. All right, I'll go back in. It seems to be okay, but we should try to speak quietly in here, just to be sure.
Fair enough.
How okay?
It would be possible to eavesdrop, but not subtly.
I mean,
Seems like it'd be easy to kill someone and not have anyone find out in one of these rooms.
If you could kill them quietly, yes.
That would be
Gunshot.
pretty much any room.
A gunshot would be too loud, but certainly a slit throat, strangulation, normal ways to kill people subtly.
The normal stuff.
Normal things you do on a Saturday night.
The things we all do usually, constantly, because it's what we do.
We aren't murder hobos. We have houses.
That should be your T-shirt.
Yeah, right.
I'm a murder landowner.
I am the murder gentry. Thank you very much.
If we rent it out, we could be murder landowners. We could be murder landlords or
If you buy a
landlords.
car, you could be a murder Land Rovers. Sorry, what are we talking about?
If
Nothing.
we buy a hovercraft, we could be awesome.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea where the Ob might want to conduct their meeting? I'm kind of assuming they might do it in the trains, but it could be anywhere. I mean, that's the main reason we're even here, is try to identify some of the, some of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should all pick someone and just become their best friend.
I mean,
Well, Finona's already got a date.
yeah.
I think it's more valuable for Alexander to remain unlikable.
Standoffish.
If no one wishes to interact with Alexander, no one is likely to notice. People are less likely to notice what he's doing.
Fair.
But I agree that that the rest of you should try to extract as much information out of people as possible.
I'm kind of interested in where Tamada gets his wealth from. Did we find out anything about that? Or did he tell us?
No, we didn't chat with him too much this time around.
Yeah, I feel like he mentioned something, but I might be imagining that.
I thought he said he was a traitor, but
He
I
is.
might
I
have...
can tell you. What do I have?
Yeah, I don't remember you guys talking to him very much.
Alright, I guess I'll go talk to Bree.
Half-orc businessman.
Oh, businessman. Okay, yeah, that
Well, we
was...
have-
Business. Well, I could say Isabel does not have leprosy, so that's not why she's covering herself up.
Maybe she's
like-
just ugly.
Perhaps,
I mean,
but no,
if you're
but not
going to meet,
diseased.
if it's a matchmaking thing and she's ugly, maybe he doesn't want to marry her if she's ugly. I don't know.
Well, by the rules of plot, she must be the hottest woman we've ever seen under there. Like, even Mina is
Yes.
going to be like, gush.
Yes, of course. But that's not the point.
I have a feeling that that she is either keeping her identity a secret, or that this has something to do with the way that Eleanor conducts her business.
I mean,
Or maybe it's
okay,
some sort of
it's
weird human mating ritual.
obscured.
What if it's Saxby?
It could be
Holy
some form
shit.
of weird human mating ritual.
Can
I
I
w-
rip that?
Who would
this
know
veil off her
what
face?
what humans made like?
that?
No one. Certainly no one in this party would have any idea what human mating rituals are like.
There are so many humans. You're telling me that there isn't some sort of community that, when they are about to meet their husband-to-be, covers their face so that none other than their husband can look upon their visage.
I'm agreeing with you. It could be some sort of weird human mating ritual. No one in this room would have any idea what a human mating ritual is like.
Oh, I thought
Maybe-
you were being sarcastic.
No. I mean, Jack might, but I don't think Jack's been laid in a while.
Not much for ritual.
There's only one human in this room, and it's Jack. No one in this room would have any idea what a human mating ritual would be like.
Human mating ritual. Hey, can I buy you a drink?
I'm drunk. I wake up. She's gone.
I mean, it's a ritual of sorts.
Human mating dance. Huh? Huh? Huh?
Hey, we both got fried chicken. Want to do it?
Human mating call. Hey.
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 Human meeting.
You up?
Human meeting call.
You up?
Phone vibrate.
Someone
Tinder.
Someone should try to get to Eleanor. Parrot Pete, Jaxel may have a chance at that. Seems to be compatible personalities. You could use a cover of trying to get a date for yourself.
Oh, I was going to say a date for you.
Oh, yeah, that could work too.
Though if she knows any lovely bird people, I mean, sure, why not? But I think
Ilferi, you aren't actually getting a date out of this. Jaxel just needs to get information.
I mean, he might.
there are like 4 outside of the Ursal Islands that isn't a sailor.
More than that.
And she knows 2 of them, so you're good.
And I'm 2 of them.
She
I can
too,
set
and
you up with
the
this
other.
nice bird I know down in Flint. Named Will Ferry. I think you'd get along well with him.
He's got a little.
He sounds like a
He's got a little
wonderful
baggage, 1 child, but he tries his hardest. You know, it's hard out there for a single parent.
2 children. Excuse me, 2 children.
Oh, he has
You
an
forgot about
octopus now.
Octavius.
Octavius
Oh
is a
shit,
family
Octavius!
pet.
I also forgot about Octavius.
Octavius
What
is
the
a
fuck is
family
Octavius?
pet.
He
Oh, that's
adopted
right.
an
He's fucking octopus.
He was giving me a
barrel.
hug for like a solid minute. How could I not?
You gave me a hug. You're my family now.
It was an extended hug.
Oh, so that's
A
what
really
the,
attached to fairy meme.
So that's what the aviary mating rituals are like.
It's like, oh well. I mean, they don't have a lot of time to fuck around. Like,
That's true.
they're gonna be dead soon. You touch me, let's do it.
That's why we don't have traditional parents.
Too busy fucking.
We have
Oh, I thought they were like bees. When they come, their genitals explode and they die.
no, we have family pods, like, you know, eggs hatch, everyone's the parent.
Anyone not currently fucking is responsible for raising the children.
Hey, I'm busy over here. Can you take care of that one?
All right, screw this. I'm going back to the pile.
Alright, a little more loot than I anticipated, but you know,
Oh,
birds be fucking, got it.
All right.
Oh
Train
my
is starting
God.
to arrive in the station.
Bird
That
song is
wasn't
just birds
supposed
being
to
like,
be
"Hey baby, you
euphemism.
want to fuck?" So is the Ursal Islands just full of birds just yelled, "Hey baby, you want to fuck?" Just every morning when the sun comes
I mean,
up.
have you been in a forest? Okay. Anyway.
Anyways, okay.
Back on
Alright,
track.
We got it out of our system.
Okay.
no, we're about to get off the tracks.
No.
Keep up.
Right. So I can talk to Eleanor, perhaps try and find Isabel, and introduce myself to her as well? Or should I just be
Perhaps.
focusing on Eleanor?
If you gain Eleanor's confidence, it may prove enough to get information about Isabel's identity. Hard to say at this point. We don't know much about either one, except that Eleanor is very self-important.
I could talk to Bree, given our shared history. I probably have things to talk about with her.
What shared history?
The
Ursal.
war.
But that's Jack's
That's
history.
Jack.
Maxwell can serve. Maxwell did his
Plenty
time
of
in the
people
army.
did.
True, but Try to
don't-
avoid making it too close.
Yeah.
Of course.
Don't bring up this thing at
A
all.
grain of truth. A grain of truth can't help sell a lie, though. So it may be a good idea. What about that dwarf? Did anybody catch his name?
Yeah.
Verzavac, the dice player, right?
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Tantalovich.
I'm assuming that he told me his name while we were talking. Verzavac Tantalovich. He's a gambler, but he like records probabilities of things, so he knows odds very well.
My
I guess.
best guess would be potentially some sort of magic, maybe some kind of maybe some form of divination.
I think he's
Well-
just like good at knowing what's a good gamble.
Perhaps. But I don't tend to put too much stock in luck.
Anyways, he says that he makes like most of his wealth off of gambling, which is kind of suspicious. Maybe he has an organization helping prop him up.
I've known quite a few gamblers. I've known quite a few that were good at it. The only ones I knew that had any money at all were all cheaters. But I suppose he could be an anomaly. And what about the Mata Griento?
I'm
The
interested to know where
businessman.
his money comes from as well, other than business.
He brought his family along. Means it's unlikely he's in something too shady, but it could be
Plenty
an
of
elaborate
people.
cover.
Plenty of shady people have families.
Sure.
Honestly, that's why people do shady stuff sometimes, to support their family.
You ever seen Breaking Bad?
Exactly.
But with two small children around, it's unlikely. Zeodor says, having been brought onto a smuggling ship from a very young age.
Yeah. I was gonna say, unless the wife takes the kids to the theater because daddy has a meeting in town.
Okay, kids, time to go to bed. Like,
It's true. We should keep an eye on him. He'll likely go into town, being with his family. We should keep an eye on him, especially if he separates from them. I can try to keep tabs on them. I'm not going to. There's no need to approach in that case. I can simply happen to be nearby wherever they go.
So is everyone disembarking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and get on the train
Well, I
sometime
mean-
tonight, but I'm not gonna sleep on the train.
I really meant, is everyone else disembarking, not us?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And with that, the train pulls up to the station.
Oh, there was one more thing I wanted to.
False alarm.
And that tiefling fellow, Olivert.
Yeah.
You saw him more than we did. He seemed suspicious from a distance. What do you think?
He's a player, but that doesn't mean that he's anything more than that.
All right, we won't worry about tabs for now. Just keep an eye
Let
out.
me say this, though. As much as it pains me, I might actually throw the shooting contest to actually go on the fucking date with him.
Ooh, you really like this guy then.
No, I actually really don't, but I think that it might be the best way to get him to talk, because he seems to want to talk, and sometimes just sitting there and letting them talk helps. I haven't decided anything yet, though.
The guy looked kind of charming, honestly.
I Yeah, okay.
Well,
Maybe it's just the fact that he is like consistently winking at me center screen.
You can minimize that.
Is Ilferi horny for Boone, or is James horny for Boone?
Boone looks like a charming dude.
look, two things can be true, Sam.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I also love that he's like winking, but looking at his drink with his other eye in this picture.
Oh, is he? I thought the yellow was. I thought the yellow was his eye, and the red
red
was
is
his
the-
like.
Yeah.
whites.
Oh.
That's what I
Oh,
thought also.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
He's winking, but like crazy cross-eyed.
It's like,
Well,
now
yeah.
that you're saying it, now I can see it, because it kind of looks like he's going...
It's like the spinning
Yeah,
wheel.
yeah,
image.
He's winking at his drink. Hey, baby, want to get inside this?
Now I could just see him looking in two different directions with just one eye.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, now I think the train.
360 vision.
I think the train's arriving now.
The train's arriving, and you can see if you take a moment to tally up everybody else that you've interacted with that was in the first class train car has gotten off and is on the platform.
Cool.
So no one else that you can tell is staying on the train overnight.
Should I stay and see if anyone comes back?
Sure.
Might not be a bad idea. Since you're planning on getting to know Oliver tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you were planning on getting to know someone else today.
Can I be completely honest?
Okay.
Sure.
I do not want to get off this train in the city.
Oh, I mean,
Do you have history here?
A lot.
that's all you had to say.
Yeah.
We got it
plan.
from here.
I didn't want to.
Yes. Well, anywhere you have history, it is smartest for you to lay low.
I mean, I don't think anyone's standing around waiting for, the 8-year-old to pop back in, but...
I just
Some
read your
people
private
have long
message.
memories. Some people have long memories.
Yeah.
Theodore like gets what you're saying, but is like trying to like put a gloss of mission over it
Mm-hmm.
to like basically give you an out.
I mean, I appreciate it.
Oh, shit. That wasn't supposed to be on that tab.
Oh, did something open up on Twitch shortly that I missed?
No, it didn't actually show anything. I was trying to open something and it's fine. Just trying to open me backstory.
I need to buy some jackets. It is so cold. Why did you guys not warn me?
This is pretty normal.
This is
I
so
thought you
cold.
did any kind of research.
We should take you to the Shoal Mountains sometime.
Oh no.
I haven't been there since I was a kid. Snow deep as your elbow. It's amazing.
What the hell is snow?
It's like rain but frozen and slow. It's amazing. You'll love it. You'll hate it probably.
Just like you love that
Great.
boat.
But I will love watching you hate it.
Love the boat. Love the train. Love the snow. This is
Like
great.
guns.
Guns, boats, trains, and snow. It's like planes, trains, and automobiles, but not at all the same.
Actually, that sounds a lot like planes, trains, and automobiles.
Yeah.
The only good Thanksgiving movie.
Oh yeah, that was Thanksgiving, wasn't it?
Not
Yep.
dog. Schindler's List.
We watched Rocky because, like, Thanksgiving happens.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's a good movie.
Yeah.
We actually watched all Rocky 1 through 4 and then Creed 1 and 2.
Yeah, you can really skip Rocky 5. I mean, it's good to watch for a piece of shit, but no, it's not even good for that. No.
So anyway,
God, I love Rocky 4.
Creed was good.
So getting off the train, Alexander will be looking at the maps provided, scanning them over as if he's looking for something, and eavesdropping on the Griento family to see where they're going.
All right. It's not
because they have 2 small children. They're going to be talking about where they're going.
Yeah, it's not too hard to. I'm not even gonna make you do a check for them, because they're just talking openly, like looking over the brochure, like, oh, I've heard about this this over here. We could go check out the construction of this building. It has a really fascinating history. I'm sure the kids will love it. And the wife is just like, oh, that sounds so fascinating. And the kids are pretty much just running in circles around his feet.
Yep. I'm just going to basically be... I'm just going to kind of shadow them. Wherever they're doing, I'm going to be doing something like 3 doors over.
Sure. We'll get to that. Who else is or is anyone else gonna be focusing on any individual?
I was gonna focus on Bree.
Okay. Bree, pretty much, you see her talk to a porter for a moment, and then she heads off in the direction of the nice hotel that you're gonna be staying at.
Okay, so then yeah, I'll make my way towards the hotel. Casually.
If Furry wants to find out where Eleanor's going to be staying, and then is going to go get himself a heavier jacket, and then is going to try and chat her up, or find Isabel if she separates from Eleanor.
Okay, they do not separate. Eleanor immediately goes to talk to a pair of town guards. And after a brief discussion, heads off in the direction of the hotel.
Okay, and then Eleanor with her as well?
Eleanor and Isabel together, yes.
Okay.
Isabel doesn't talk. Did I say Isabel?
It's just on the thing. I don't know if we were told her name or not. Oh, yeah, you said Isabel was the one talking to guards.
Okay, no, sorry. Every instance of Isabel, find replace Eleanor.
Okay. Eleanor talked to guards. Eleanor and Isabel go to, not tavern, hotel. Fancy hotel, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a minute before my scene, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to be right back.
So yeah, I'll go grab a nice heavy jacket. Which will probably have to be tailored. So, how long do you think it'll take for you to get a jacket for me?
Might take a little bit of time. Probably a couple hours to like find the right place, and then to talk to the right person, and then convince them to get you something done like immediately.
I mean, I can come back to get the jacket if you need time for that. Oh, like tomorrow morning?
That's immediately.
Oh.
If you're having a tailor do something, it's 5:30 on, you know.
Oh, yeah, it is 5:30. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that seems fine.
Like doable, but is gonna take a bit of time and effort and persuasion.
And persuasion. Okay, I could try. I could fail. 5.
No, see what we can do. No promises. Come by in the morning.
All right. Thank you very much. I'm sure you'll have something fine for my trek through these cold lands.
And it looks like Jack or Sam has stepped away.
He's
So
coming
after
right
that,
back.
I was gonna go to the fancy hotel and see if I could find Eleanor and Isabel, assumingly together.
Okay. As you arrive, they are leaving.
Ah, just what I was looking for. I don't know if I've introduced myself formally. I'm Parrot Pete.
Charmed, I'm sure. If you'll excuse me, I've got some business to attend to. Don't have very long. We'll have a good night.
Well, perhaps we can conduct some business on the train tomorrow if you have a chance. I really want to set up my friend with someone that might, make him a little less uptight.
The boring-looking one.
Yeah, kind of grouchy,
The second you got up.
I do love a challenge. I'll think about it.
Shit, David.
And she just heads off. She's actually headed towards the, toward the edge of the train district.
Okay, with Isabel, or is
Mhm.
Isabel
Yep.
still in the hotel?
Yep, still with us.
Gosh. I want to try and trip Isabel by accident.
Oh, and she also does have the guard she was speaking with earlier, are in tow with her.
Let me take a look at my spells. Maybe I have something that I could like. Oh, God, this might not work, but I want to use not gust of wind. Sorry, just regular gust to like blow the veil up, maybe by accident. Quote.
Okay.
Make it seem like a random like, oh dear, the weather picked up the veil.
Sure. Give me.
Doing a Madison Monroe on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
Marilyn
me
Monroe.
a stealth
Marilyn
if
Monroe.
you
Yep.
want people to not realize it's you doing this.
Sure.
And,
I'll use Skyseer's blessing on stealth.
I guess a nature check. If that
Oh,
seems
yeah, 'cause-
reasonable to you.
Yeah, that seems fine.
It's like your
Okay,
finesse
so I
with
have
your
a-
magic.
Yeah. I have a 15 on my stealth. And then int nature. Not great, but I am trained at least, so I have a +2. 15. So 15 on both.
All right. The wind picks up and blows a part of the veil off the side of her face for a moment, and you see pointed ears before the veil settles back into place.
Okay.
It's Gale behind the veil.
I
This is
can't.
my Gale Veil.
I need to close it and reopen it. I couldn't edit her thing. Isabel. Here we go. Cool. I think I've gotten as much information as I was going to be able to today. So I'm going to pretend to retire.
All right. Going back to the Jack.
Cool.
So you follow, or not follow, but you also go to the hotel, along with Bree, Verzabak, Boone, and Eleanor initially. Are all headed the same way to check in at the hotel.
Okay.
You show your train ticket. They give you a room key, and tell you that your luggage hasn't arrived yet, but should be arriving shortly.
Okay. Well, I guess. Are we in like the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll just approach Bree and goes, Madam, I couldn't help but overhear that you served in the Fourth War. Whereabouts, if I may ask?
She looks over you, like looks you up and down for a moment. Was fighting for this side of the sea, in the jungles mostly.
Yes, I was drafted myself, though I must admit I didn't see much major combat. I mostly sewed my tour in support roles. Is that where, if I may be so bold, you lost your hand?
Yeah. Some sort of druid type brought in a jaguar that fight on their side, and took that and my leg clean off.
Sorry to hear that. I feel that the conflict brought out the worst in most of us. All of our aspects, magically, technologically, personally.
Yeah, it's quite a bloody time.
What brings you on this tour of the coastline? I'd be so bold. Oh, forgive me. I am Maxwell Dresden. I realize I've never introduced myself. Archaeologist by trade.
She reaches up and shakes your hand with her right arm. Pleasure. Just seeing the sights here along the Great Avery coast. I'd always meant to do it, and here I am doing it.
Time to finally check that off the list.
Seems so.
Anything you're particularly looking forward to?
I'm sure the safari will be a bit of fun.
Oh yes, I'm actually quite looking forward to that. Myself, I'm looking forward to it, and my traveling companion ended up getting in some sort of bet with that Boone fellow, so it'll be interesting to see how that works out.
Ain't he a card?
It would seem so. You run into him before?
No.
So I'm sure that'll work out. I'm also just interested in the Malice Lands in particular. I've read of them often, but never seen them with my own eyes. It's part of why I wanted to make this trip.
She just kind of nods a little bit, reaches up and like scratches at her her scar for a second. I'm gonna get settled in. I'll probably be going out to the see the town a little bit later.
Yeah, perhaps we'll see each other again. Unless, of course, you would like some company.
She gives you a Danaran military salute and heads back to her room.
And I'll return a flint or a Resor style one.
Yeah, because up to that point you actually hadn't said what side you were on.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you were intentionally.
No, but I actually kind of like the way that works.
Yeah,
out.
I do too. Cool.
It's
Zia-
easier to roleplay Jack pretending to be someone.
Zeodor, you are following the family.
The Griento family. Yep, that is correct.
Let's do some tailing then.
Oh, right. There's rules for that.
So there's going to be 2 checks, one to stay, one to keep up and one to stay hidden.
Mm-hmm.
As they go about town. Excuse me. So, you see them headed off. They're heading directly towards like the more like downtown area of the enclave. So you can make a case for any skill that you want to use for keeping up, depending on what kind of method you're using, and same for staying hidden. If you're blending into a crowd, then it could be, deception or, what have you.
Yeah, I'm happy to just use regular stealth for that. I mean, I think I want to keep up by knowing where they're going, right? Like, I think the plan is to... I don't need to keep eyes on them the whole time, because I know where they're going. So maybe something like investigation?
Okay. Sure, like looking at your map and trying to, like, think ahead of where they would be going.
Yeah, and yeah, using...
Like yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Just using what I've heard from them so far and what I gain to know where they're going, how they might get there, and just keep eyes on them enough that I know that they haven't changed plans. Okay, and I'm just going to do this normal. I'm not going to hang back or press the pursuit at this point. It's a 16 investigation.
Okay.
Or, yeah, 16 to keep up. And 22 to stay hidden.
Okay. So... So, yeah, they head off towards some of the, like, grander structures in town. You overhear Damata saying to his children, like, "Oh, these arches are fascinating constructs. Using only gravity, they can balance the entire weight of the structure on the one stone in the middle. It's like trying to like educate and keep the children interested.
Edutainment.
And then they move off to another area, so we'll do another keep up and stay hidden.
All right. That's okay. I got same number on both. It's 18 on both.
All right, that's good. There's like a little like children's theater production that's being put on that they go into for a little while. It's just like a kids comedy show, basically, like puppets and that sort of thing. And then
And all 4 of them are together the whole time.
yeah.
Okay.
And then they're departing there. So let's get one more series of checks.
Okay. Keep up. So 17 to keep up, and hey, 22 to stay hidden.
All right. Seems like they're headed back towards the hotel now. Along the way, though, they cross paths. It's starting to get pretty late and dark by this point, and they cross paths with a group of what you remember seeing on the train, where a group of what seemed to be Danoran militia members. They seem to be drunk. They were traveling coach on the train. They see the orc family, and they say some rather unsavory things. Go back to your home. What are you doing here, greenskins? I can't believe they let you all in here, and like making fun of their clothes and stuff.
How does D'Amato react to this?
D'Amato tries to herd his family away. Is just kind of like, come on, let's just go this way, kids. Tries like pushing them away calmly. But his daughter starts crying and starts to run at them in rage.
Hell yeah, little barbarian. Fuck him up, girly.
This is where Zeodor is having to fight Alexander, because Alexander doesn't give a fuck, but Zeodor gives many fucks. He gives all the fucks. You want to fuck? Ask Zeodor.
I'm so glad that you decided to follow them.
I knew exactly how you were going to phrase that too before it came out of your mouth.
I'd hate to disappoint. So I'm having to think what Zeodor does here. You said that the drunk guys were from the train. Was that right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're just Danoran militia, mixture of tieflings and humans, I'm assuming.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I'm going to walk, attempting to make it look like coincidence, directly in between the two. The scene from Batman where he tries to jump the intersection to block the car that's going to hit the police caravan. That, but walking.
Okay.
Moving your finger like you're doing math in your head and you don't realize what you're walking into the middle of.
Yeah, just like I've got the thing in front of me, just looking direct, like I'm just looking at like a tourist map of the city, scowling at it, and just like walking in between so that I'm exactly in her path for her to run directly into me.
And a preteen orc girl runs directly into you in a trips over. Both of you end up on the ground. She looks like flustered for a moment, but is like trying to get back up on her feet to continue.
You clumsy girl.
She
why don't you go back to your family?
She turns her scowl on you now and like reaches back to like slug you.
I dodge.
And keeps trying to slug at you.
It's absolute anime. She is like slugging at me and I'm just like slightly out of the way each time.
Well, I thought you meant you had like your hand on her forehead and she's just doing the windmill arm.
And after...
I don't think the height difference is quite big enough for that.
After a moment of this, okay. After a moment of this, the younger boy runs up and like is just kind of like standing there looking tough at you as the militiamen laugh their way away, heading off down a different alley. And then Damata walks up and pulls his girl forcibly away from you. So sorry for her behavior. I promise I wouldn't let anything like this happen under normal circumstances. Please accept my sincerest apologies. Dabo, say you're sorry to the nice man. He didn't mean anything.
Rats should stay where they belong. And little girls shouldn't swing until they can learn to hit.
The wife stomps up and says something like, it just kind of like nudges God damn it, I cannot keep their name straight. Nudges Damata, honey, do something. And he kind of like grunts and like straightens his back. He's like, now listen, you here, sir, I won't stand anyone talking to my family like that.
Oh my god, a half-orc that can't fight, or a half-orc that's scared of fighting.
I'm gonna get up in his grill. You'll stand by and watch your daughter run headlong into danger. But I'm supposed to be threatened by you?
Now, see here, I'll have a mind to speak to the train authorities about you and see if we can
explain to them that your daughter assaulted me. That should be a fun conversation, don't you think?
She didn't mean anything by it.
Oh, didn't she? And what did you mean standing there watching it?
I'm just trying to keep my family safe, okay?
Then you'd best keep them somewhere they're safe, don't you think?
I do. And he grabs a child's shoulder under each arm and stalks off the other way.
feel really bad for the guy.
Yeah, me too. And I really and like Carter likes Dabo. Zeodor also likes Dabo. So like being Alexander is like really hard right now.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to continue. Well, no, that's not this character. Okay, I'm going to continue to Shadow the Griento.
Okay.
I considered for a moment going slightly Batman on the
The militia members.
yeah, on the drunk militiaman, but that's not this character. That's just every other time I've played a rogue.
Yeah, when I was preparing for this encounter, I was like having flashbacks to Dovrin Stall.
The NPC that I'm just like, nope, you know something. I don't care that you don't know anything and that your character sheet is blank. I'm making Chris make something up because you're coming with me because I'm suspicious of you.
Oh my god.
Also, murdered a bunch of people, buried.
Wasn't that my first time DMing?
Yeah, buried a goblin up to his neck and then cut his ears off. I didn't mean for that character to be evil, but he sure as fuck was.
God.
That was also the character I had that was just a ninja.
Yeah.
And just like dressed up and like dressed like a normal person most of the time, but then occasionally snuck off and dressed like a ninja and just snuck around.
It snuck into Davern Stall's house and blackmailed him into becoming your manservant.
I threatened his wife and family. Sure did. That character also had a calling card. I left unlit candles places because I could buy 100 candles for like nothing and they didn't weigh anything.
Oh my god. All right. Jumping over to Jack.
Okay.
So you're getting things situated at the hotel. The Verzabek settles himself down in the lobby and continues to fiddle with his dice and number sheet as Bree and Oliver head off to their rooms. And Eleanor and Isabel. After a few moments, though. Or, well, I don't know. Are you hanging out in the lobby?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
All right. After a little bit, Eleanor and Isabel leave their room and leave the hotel.
Okay.
Which is when Ilferi bumps into them and has that encounter. Is there anything else you want to do at the hotel, or?
No, probably just watch.
Okay.
Look inconspicuous. Watch. See people comings and goings.
All right. Cool. Ilferi, what are you up to after?
So I'm going to pretend to retire early, and then I'm going to shift into some sort of animal form, probably like a spider. I don't know. It's cold. Are spiders out now? Something native to this area that would be small and not noticed.
A rat?
And then, yeah, I guess so. Probably.
Snow spiders.
Snow spiders. And then I'm going to go to the train.
Okay.
While they've been gone, I went to the dining car, got myself a drink, got myself some snack food, but hopefully not anything that would cause the cook to have to stick around if he was hoping to get off the train and enjoy this place.
Yeah, he was about 2 steps out the door when you showed up, so
That's why you get off the cruise ship, because you let the staff.
he
No,
fixes you
no,
something
no.
quick, and then
I just want a quick sandwich and a drink I can take back to my room. I don't stay on my behalf.
it's no trouble. Let me just get you something quick, and
Just don't get a bag of nuts. You'll die.
So
Oh,
he fixes you. It actually fixes you a pretty nice, like private dinner.
I slip him 2 gold as a tip.
And then, you know, just something quick he can whip up, but it actually tastes really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he heads off the train himself. There's a couple guards, but you pretty much have the train to yourself.
I'm just gonna sit in a dining car for a while by myself. As long as the piano player's gone, I'm gonna go over and play the piano for a little while.
Cool.
And then I'll just head back to my room. But I am trying to keep an eye out, see if anyone else outside of the guards and stuff are getting back on the train at any point. I'll like look out the window on the platform every once in a while.
Okay. After a few hours, a rat comes scrabbling onto the train.
Is that a bird?
Hey, baby, you ever done it in a dumpster?
Yeah, I'll like stand up on my hind legs and like do a little chicken flap as a mouse. I think that's gonna be my universal signal for like.
Do the
it's me.
chicken dance.
Squeak, 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 squeak.
And then I'll kind of go towards. Cause are you in the room or heading towards your room?
Yeah, I'll head back towards the room once I see.
Okay. I guess I'm dressed in my normal clothes right now. There's whatever. Yeah, I'll be dressed in my normal clothes. And like I don't have my makeup on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That way, if for some reason I get caught here, maybe they won't suspect it's Parrot Pete. So anything interesting happen here yet?
No, I'm all alone on this train except for a couple of guards. Chef made me dinner before he left, and then he took off too.
That's good. Should we do a quick sweep of all the trains soon?
All the cars?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Trains, cars, I thought those were the same thing.
They're not. This whole thing put together is a train. Each individual piece is a car.
Just seems like some sort of giant metal demon snake on rails.
Sure.
Giant Metal Demon Snake on Rails was my high school band.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
That girl with the veil, she's got pointy ears. Oh, was I able to get a skin tone?
Pale.
Pale, okay. Pale, pointy ears. So, unless they have a disguise under a disguise, it's probably not our favorite former
boss.
inspectress.
Yeah.
Doesn't rule out much, but it's something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Alright, are we checking this place?
Yeah, we can do that. I'll shapeshift into something small. The mouse, probably.
Okay.
Mice aren't very good at hiding, though, surprisingly.
Well, I can stick you in a pocket and you'll be hidden.
True. I wanted to inspect places you weren't looking. Was my main idea.
And I can tell people you are my pet mouse, or a mouse that I've been chasing all over this train trying to catch, so I can offload you. You don't eat stuff.
Okay.
Sounds
Sure.
convincing enough to me.
Yeah. No, that was more of an out-of-character thing. It's surprising. Rats just aren't good at stealthing. Yeah. So I'll turn into a rat, and I'll be scampering around
with them.
parts of the train that you're not in.
And
Trying
I
to-
will chase you.
All right. Trying to make sure I got my timelines in order. So, Jack.
Yes.
It's around 8 p.m. by this point. And Boone comes out of his hotel room. Acting rather flamboyant as usual, flirts with any of the women in the hotel lobby, and heads out of the hotel.
Okay. I'm not gonna follow him. We'll deal with him in time.
A few minutes later, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, Bree comes out of her room and just kind of calmly walks through the lobby, and heads out.
I guess I will try to casually follow Bree.
Okay. Are you going to try to tail her?
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to Bree and say, "Forgive my boldness, man, but as a newcomer to this city and region, I was wondering if I might accompany you tonight and get a taste of the culture."
Yeah. Don't know if I have much to show you. It's my first time here as well, but I heard there's a good bar up the way.
Sounds delightful.
Alright. So you guys head up to the bar. Probably about the same time that Zeodor is coming back, or the Granada family returns, with Zeodor tailing behind.
Yeah, I'll get there I will arrive back a few minutes after the Griento family.
But Zeodor, if keeping an eye out, you'll catch Bree and Jack heading out together.
Okay. I think Jack can handle himself. I think I'm going to head. Do I see anyone else from our suspect list around? I figure not.
From outside the hotel?
Yeah, like the Griento family is entering the train car. I'm behind,
they're
pretending
entering
to
the
do something.
Hotel.
Oh, right. They're going into the hotel. No, I think I'm going to go into the hotel. Yeah.
Okay. You enter the hotel, and in the lobby is Verzabek. He's sitting there at a table, just playing with his dice still. And I'm guessing you gave the Griento family a few moments to so you didn't run into them.
Yeah, the plan is to not run into them, but I would be not too far behind, hoping to see if they head up to their room or not.
Okay. So yeah, you're able to watch, and you can see them.
Ideally, I'll be entering the lobby as they are going up the stairs.
Yeah. So Damata briefly speaks to the front desk clerk, and then the family heads off towards a room. And Verzabek actually, as you're walking in, he scoops up his dice, pockets them and his papers, and is heading for the door.
Find a lucky gamble, did you?
I think it's about time to hit the town.
You're the betting man, yes?
Oh, you could say that. Oh, I forgot about his accent.
Yeah, he's the Russian one.
You could say that, yes.
Duh.
So what game is it tonight? Dice? Horses?
I'm hoping for dice, as it is my particular interest, but we'll see what they play here, and I like to partake of local customs.
You're heading into a gambling house without even knowing the game?
Yes, I suppose. Sometimes I like to do a little bit of research beforehand, but part of the excitement is also learning to adapt.
With all the notes I saw you taking, I suppose I overestimated you.
No, do not count me out of any races yet. Let's see how I do tonight.
All right, let's. And I'll follow along with him after what I was presuming was a gentlemanly invitation, non-invitation. It's like consensual non-con.
Mm-hmm. So you end up at the man, I should have thought ahead and given this bar a name. But my creative juices aren't flowing right now. So
The Lusty Argonian.
The lusty Argonian maid.
You know,
No? Are you sure?
like,
Is that
I
just
checked.
because there's no such thing as an Argonian? You
No,
can do
it's
lusty
actually there's no
dragonborn
such
maid.
thing as lust
One of
in this
the-
world.
One of the reasons. Anyway.
This is a Brandon Sanderson creation, right? There's no sex.
Lewd.
Well, there's sex.
Bleeding dragon.
There's sex, but nobody's into it.
So you end up at the bar a few minutes after Jack and Bree arrive there.
Is it called the Washington Bar Team?
God damn it, you guys are gonna make me come up with a name here, aren't you?
I
Yes.
mean, mostly I wanted to poke a jab at Washington Football Team.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
Which
it's just called
is-
Danaran Bar.
That's how you know it's authentic.
Oh God, it's gonna be one of those places that's got the sign outside in English that just says pizza and spaghetti.
It's the no. The Iron Pony.
Cool.
Yep. I'm
I
guessing
played
it's near the
pizza.
train station then.
I mean, this is the train district that you're allowed to be in.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean that tracks. It's a bar near the train station. Iron Pony. I'm into it.
All right.
This is the second location. The bigger one was the Iron Horse. It burnt down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, because there were. Never mind. So it's pretty busy here tonight. Bree gets a seat and orders a drink. I don't know if Jack.
I do the same. Oh, sorry, you're.
Well, Jack was, that.
Yes, we're on Bree, not Versback.
But apparently Jack doesn't do anything. So, Verzabek goes.
We're on yours. Oh, okay. Now we're on my scene. We were on your scene.
Verzabek goes around.
Sorry, ADD beat me there.
He starts out just kind of jovially making his way around the room, cracking jokes with people, buying drinks here and there, before settling into some dice with some fellow patrons.
I stand nearby. I order a Draken drink and I mispronounce it.
It hurts your soul doing so. He actually tries to correct your pronunciation. No, it's more in the throat. You gotta a little bit.
I see.
But it's good. It's a good drink to try. One of my favorites. Actually, I'll have one as well. Give me a
Theodore's history with hooking on is complicated. It's the first thing he ever really got drunk on. You know how that first hangover he ever had was, horny hangovers are. I mean, they call it a horny hangover for a reason. I'm done.
He plays a lot of games, and he doesn't win every round, but every time that he starts to get a little bit behind, he wins a big, I guess hand. The hands don't exist in dice.
Pot.
Yeah, pot.
Mm-hmm.
To more than make up for what he's fallen behind on. So he's coming out ahead overall in the night as you watch.
I would like to be scrutinous of his playing.
Okay.
Is there like a, what would that be, like an insight check maybe?
Sure.
18.
He doesn't seem to be doing any tells that you can notice. Like you've been around the block a couple times. You don't see any of the tricks that you're familiar with. He even changes out dice, and anyone ever calls him on it, he'll offer to roll their dice, and he still does fairly well.
Okay.
After a little while, he
did he seem to know the game?
At first, no. He like it's kind of like, oh, I've played a variant of this, I think, and like he kind of picks it up after like 1 or 2 rounds. But he hadn't played this game before.
Possible hustler. Okay.
Um,
I'm going to keep an eye on him and pretend to be dismissively impressed.
all right.
He's Taviran.
After a little while, he stands up and gets everyone's attention, lifts a drink, and calls out, "To the owners of this fine establishment, who will soon be taking a lot of money from me, you give us drink, we give you this toast." And he raises a drink, downs it, orders another, and says, "And to all of you who care so much for, and all of you who care so much for free drinks that you'll listen to a foreigner ramble on, so I suppose I must toast to myself, to Wurzelbeck Tantolovish." And he raises another cup and downs it. "Another round for everyone." Oh, and at some point, Boone stumbles in with a lady of the night.
What happened to the girls he was with on the train?
It was like so
Don't blame me for taking someone else's money.
so
scared.
12 hours ago.
It's fine. I just didn't know if they like disembarked with him or if he's like, "Nah, girls, you stay on the train. I don't need you."
No,
Like,
I think they either got off at other points throughout the day
Okay.
or got off here and he just hasn't been with them anymore.
got it. Okay, that's fine.
Because he's definitely with a different girl now. Not that you're there, but also,
But me, Catherine, is curious.
Jack and Theodore, this girl looks very young.
How young is very young?
How good are you at determining the age of humans?
Roll perception.
I mean, I've been around him enough to be decent.
Somewhere around like 80 to 120 years old.
23. How?
That's an adult. 80,
No,
80's
he
an
rolled a
adult.
23 on his check.
No, I rolled a 23 on my perception check.
Oh, Jack, she seems to be, at least a consenting age, whatever that passes for these days, but,
Okay.
probably not over 20.
Okay.
I got an 11, so.
And for what it's worth, you can probably also tell that Boone is somewhere in his, like 30s, maybe.
Okay.
Sorry, in my
Robert.
brain, the way that check should have gone is you roll your d20 and whatever number came up is the age you thought she was.
She's,
Because you're an elf and you have a hard time.
I see. She's 5.
Dear God, someone stop that man! Oh
I
wait,
mean-
that's me.
Well,
Fairy's
fairy standard,
5.
fine.
I am 5.
No, I imagine the 11 is just, I can't really tell under the makeup.
Verzebek also makes a point of going over and buying a drink for Bree, and then asks her if she wants to play some dice with him, which she declines. He shrugs and goes back to the game he was in.
Friend of yours or merely an admirer?
Suppose an admirer. I suppose we're going to be seeing each other for the next couple of days on the train.
Suppose establishing friendships or drinking buddies now is a good idea. To train companions.
She toasts to that.
Oh,
She died. I poisoned her drink. It was me all along.
Oh,
uh,
but I've been detecting for poison this whole time.
but you weren't detecting from inside yourself. That's where he hid the poison. There's just a vial, just like in a little cabinet in your chest.
It's just super concentrated water.
All right, just to gauge the room, should I wrap this up, or are you guys good going for just a couple minutes over?
I'm fine.
Why
Go a
not
little over.
I mean, how many is
Yeah.
a couple?
Maybe 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, we can go 15. No problem.
All right, cool.
When Verzabek gets back over to the table, friend of yours or an easy mark?
Oh, just being friendly. Suppose we'll be seeing more of each other over the coming week, and I like to make sure that I'm on good terms with those I must be in close quarters with.
All right, that was it.
All right. After a little bit, Boone and his lady friend, or he stands up and makes a big proclamation or makes sure that everybody knows that he's leaving the bar now, and several people are distraught to see him go as he heads off with his young lady. And then Bree finishes the drink she was on and turns to you, Jack, and says, I think I'm gonna go turn in. You wouldn't think that sitting on a train all day would make you that tired, but
Yeah, it's one of the great mysteries of life.
looking forward to that bed, though.
Yes, I know that feeling well.
She pays off her tab and heads off.
I guess I'll kind of meanderingly follow her back to the hotel, since I don't really have any other business at the bar.
Okay. I'll just jump over to Mina and Ilferi for a moment. So you guys just wanted to look through the train cars real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's not much to see. Are you going as far as the freight cars or just the passenger cars?
Might as well go through the freight while we have a chance.
Yeah.
Okay, there are guards posted there.
Any of them are friends?
Mm. Is our friend
let's-
one of the guards or just a passenger?
You have
We have
one,
both.
Yeah, you have one as a guard and one as a passenger. Let's roll a high-low. Call high or low.
Hi.
Pick or.
Ah. Yes. Hi.
I was
Alright.
also going.
Your man that you have posted here is on duty on one of the freight cars.
Nice.
Let's see. I can't really give him a signal in front of the other guy. But
Aren't you a rat?
yeah, that's why I'm saying I can't really
Oh,
give him a
okay.
signal.
Can I flirt with the other one while he sneaks past the one that actually knows that we're up to shit?
Sure.
Yeah, if you can give him a signal just while you're flirting. Just like point at the ground with a thumbs up or something like that.
Right.
Should be easy. The code phrase is blowjob.
Give me some sort of distract a guard by flirting with him check.
Charisma, maybe?
Roll plus comeliness.
Plus comeliness. I love that I made charisma my dump stat.
You get a little bump from being a tiefling, don't you?
Yeah, which took it to 10.
Yeah, this party is not very charismatic.
Our charismatic people is the guy pretending to be a grump and the bird.
Yeah, who?
I rolled a 9.
All right.
Like, so how'd
Who
you
doesn't like where society is going.
So yeah, he's seems interested, but does like notice like a mouse and like goes to stomp on it.
Oh shit! Yeah, get it.
But Ilferi is able to squeak past and into the
squeak
and into the car.
So, can you get in anything out there? What I'm saying is there like gonna be nod food served to me for the rest of the trip?
Well, I mean, rats they're not that uncommon. I mean, it's impossible to keep any sort of vermin from getting there. I mean, we have like traps and stuff. It's nothing to worry about. I mean,
all right.
So, you head back to your room there?
I think you're on duty, and I leave.
Oh.
I winked at the other one on my way out.
In this 12-second interaction that we had, I realized I'm not actually interested. Oh well.
I'm interested in the other one.
Yeah.
Who's on my payroll. Ho wink.
Ilferi, you find yourself in a freight car that seems to be filled with crates marked with various preserved foods on the labels.
Well, if this is a bunch of food, how big is this car again? Maybe like 60 feet long, hopefully?
Why are you making me look things up again?
I don't know. I was just gonna like look at a train car. How many squares across is it?
Yeah, on the map, it is just a number of squares. And there are 7 of these cars.
60 feet long.
Hey, there you go, 60 feet.
60
Perfect.
feet
Okay. Then are there any guards in here?
No.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna stand dead center of the room, and I'm going to leave wild shape, and then I'm going to cast detect poison and disease to see if any of the food's poisoned.
Okay. You do not detect any poison or disease.
Okay, that's good.
Is the range on that only 30 feet?
30-foot radius.
Okay.
Normally it's a 10-minute, so I can like walk around, but since we're in the dead magic zone, I get 1 burst per cast.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And let me just mark that off as cast.
All right. I'm gonna jump back over to Jack if you're satisfied there.
Sure.
Yeah, unless I can get to more of the cars.
Yeah, it's possible. But it's just pretty much more of the same.
Yeah, I'll be doing detect poison and disease in all of those cars.
And not all of them are food. Some of them are fabrics or
Yeah,
industrial
but I
stuff
might be able
like-
to find a poisoned weapon.
Yeah, you don't turn up anything.
Okay, that's good.
There were
I have
no
one-
poison fabrics.
All right, Jack, are you going to be tailing Bree?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really feel like I need to tailor because I'm. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do it.
All right, then give me a keep up and a stay hidden check.
Okay, so that's what.
You can use whatever skills you like. Just describe what you're doing to achieve that goal.
Cool.
The most common is athletics to keep up, stealth to stay hidden, but
Yeah.
there's lots of things.
Cool. I'll use athletics to keep up.
Okay.
18.
Okay. You managed to
And
keep on her trail.
that's going to be a 10.
Okay. You you're able to keep up pretty well, but along the way you stumble over like a trash bin, and you manage to like duck behind a corner before she sees you. But she is on guard now, and she is
Okay.
not heading directly for the hotel. She's
Shoot,
actually she walks towards the edge of the train enclave,
Mhm.
where she shows a document to the guards posted at a gate and walks through.
Mm. Interesting. Well, I ain't getting out of here. And talking to guards would just be suspicious. So I guess I'll wait till she comes back.
Okay. Theodore, are you just staying at the bar?
On that note, Versbeck, does he seem like he's going to be here a while?
Yeah, he seems pretty well situated.
I think I've seen everything I'm going to see. So I'm just going to I'm just going to see myself out, and I'm not going to say anything to Versbeck because I'm going to intentionally be rude.
He doesn't seem to notice. He's pretty well engaged in his game.
Yeah. It's like I want him to just like at some point in the night look up, realize that I'm gone, then realize that I didn't say anything and go, well, that was slightly rude.
I don't know why, but that like sentence I imagined John Oliver saying for some reason.
That's because it's an extremely British sentence. Oh, and as a note, for the rest of the trip, if at any point I run into what was her name? I wrote it down. Run into Dabo, the half-orc girl. I have a scene. If at any point Alexander runs into Dabo.
Cool. I'm sure there'll be chances for that. All right, are you heading off anywhere in particular?
Not unless I see anyone or anything suspicious. Otherwise, I'm just going to head to the hotel.
Okay. Cool. Jack, are you just waiting by the rail enclave gate
Yep.
at this point?
I'm just going to see when she comes back in.
Okay. It's maybe gonna take an hour, probably 2,
Okay.
before you spot her coming. And by this point, it's like probably about 11 p.m. or so.
Okay.
When you see her heading back towards the gate. What, I don't know where you're going to be situated, but
I was just gonna be watching the gate kind of from a distance.
okay. Like out in the open, or are you trying
No,
to stay hidden still?
from hiding.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
4.
So
Gotta love disadvantage.
Bree shows her her documents to the guards. They let her in. She casually just walks by where you're hiding and calls out, "Suspicious?"
Call me curious.
Yeah, I just had some business to attend to in town.
Fair enough, I won't pry further.
You waited out here all night?
I took a few laps, checked around again. This is a beautiful city.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's a shame you couldn't see outside of what they set up here. She just kind of like gestures for you to follow her.
I'll follow
She's
her.
walking back to the hotel.
Yep.
Not to say the rail district isn't nice, but it is a little sanitized.
I get that feeling. Have to go away from the tourist districts to find the real culture of the city.
She grunts.
He grunts, Bree's a dude.
I said she, I believe. Well, I'll promise not to pry into why you're following me around if you promise not to follow me around anymore.
I think we could call that a deal.
Seems fair.
Indeed.
Oh yeah. As you are arriving back at the hotel, a shabby-looking gentleman wearing nothing but a long coat with patches and holes on it, who smells pungently of bath oils, goes running away from the hotel. 4 Enclave guards chase after him, but this man is like very fast.
And oiled.
And oiled. And the guards can't keep up with him. He like runs like right in front of your path, and you just like stunned for a moment. You can't even like don't even have time to comprehend. He sprints to the bridge over the train tracks, jumps down onto the train, tumbles and rolls onto the far side and out of sight.
Do I see any of this happen?
If you were still out and about in town, then sure. This is a few hours later, but
Oh, I thought you said he came from the hotel. I
He
was
did.
just back at the hotel. Did he not come through the lobby or anything?
yes.
Okay. Briefly tempted to chase him, but that would not be good for my cover, so I don't.
Ilferi, a man bursts into the freight car that you were inspecting, and settles down in a crate that has had its contents dumped on the floor.
Wait, say that one more time?
A man in a shabby-looking long coat bursts into the freight car and settles into a box or crate whose contents have been spilled on the floor.
Can I tell, like, his race? Was
Seems
he
human.
a T4? Okay. That's weird. I'm gonna put on my best guard voice. Hey, what are you doing in here?
He just kind of like raises a hand up and like waves it in the air and like, and like rolls over back to sleep.
What do I do?
Know he's there?
I guess. Okay.
I mean, you can probably talk to him pretty openly. I don't think he's going to the guards with anything.
Fair. All right. Never mind. What are you doing here? I see. Well, I'm gonna take a short rest here, because I'm out of wild shapes and I need to get out.
During your short rest, rifle through his pockets for loose change.
He cuddles up next to you.
Aww.
Just kidding.
Search him for clues.
Jack, Zeodor, did either of you want to do anything?
Nope.
All right.
I've been conspicuous enough for the evening.
When the guards presumably return, is this the level of protection we can expect the guards at every port to provide?
I'm sorry. Were you
allowing a man in seemingly wearing nothing more than a long coat to run through the hotel, evade you at every turn, and go directly back to the train yard?
You see, he,
Never mind. I shall figure out who your superior is and take it up with them. And I head up the stairs to my room.
Okay.
Did he, by the way, did he empty the box, or was the box already emptied when he got there?
He just dumped out stuff from a box.
Okay, no, it was more of a, did he have an established place that looked like...
Yeah, because if he had already... If the stuff had been dumped out before he got there, that would...
That would make me think that he's already been here at least once. Okay, cool. So he dumped it out. He's just sleeping. Since I'm just taking a short rest, can I, like, go get a closer look at him?
Sure.
I just want to, like, see what it looks like. Does he have a face?
Yeah, he has a face.
Hell yeah. I found our murderer, guys.
Now I know what you're gonna say, but oh wait.
What are we gonna say?
Oh, I didn't make it into the handout. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just slap it on the map. No. God damn it! Roll 20. I think you just crashed on me. So.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Well, thank
next
you for joining us
time.
for this episode.
Who is this mysterious man who is only wearing a long coat and ran around until he found a crate to sleep in? Will Fairy find a match for Zeodor's alter ego?
God, I hope that
And we'll
subplot
succeed
goes
on a
somewhere.
stealth roll.
There it is.
Ah,
Is it?
so is that? Do you know what we're going to say? Because that's Guy Fieri.
Yes.
See, I didn't see Guy Fieri. I saw Will Ferrell's character from Zoolander.
That's
Ooh,
what I
also
saw
that.
too.
All
Yeah.
right, so this man is the mayor of Flavortown,
Yeah.
And that's so hot.
And on that note, we're gonna say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you all for joining us for some Dungeons and Dragons, minus the dungeons and also the dragons. Well,
Trains and
there weren't any.
tribulation.
There weren't any dragons tonight. Although there have been dragons that you've encountered.
Yeah.
Wait, there have?
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
Ooh.
What?
Well, one of them was like a big snake. That's like a dragon.
Anyway,
No, I'm pretty sure they're hidden dragons.
thank you for joining us tonight
Yeah.
for Dungeons and/or Dragons. We will be back next Friday for more of the same as
A
our
train can be like a dungeon.
train adventure continues.
Trains and troubles.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Good
night.
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 Bye.